You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collecting Season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh at me, gonna live the dream. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing a song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready for one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collecting Season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
There we are. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the PlayStation Collectors Podcast, Season 2, Episode number 41. And we welcome back to the show, Reggie. What's up, Reggie?
How you guys doing, man? Glad to be back. Yeah.
It's always good to see
yeah.
you, man.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing this weekend?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Got some cool stuff recently, and I'm excited to show you guys. It's been a good month. Been a good month. Well, yeah, so far actually, it's still early, but yeah.
Nice. I've been playing lots of games. Started a new game last night. We started to talk about that, and
Right on.
lots of cool. Like, it's been a crazy week. We had the GTA 6 trailer dropped. I mean, I'm hell of excited for that. We had the video game awards. Baldur's Gate 3 took out Game of the Year, which was well deserved.
Wow. Okay.
And we had some really cool stuff happening. Yeah, Joe, how have you been, man?
I've been pretty good. I got my fourth headset back from my PSVR 2, and it's currently working. I've gotten 48 hours out of it so far. Let's see how long this one lasts. Feeling pretty good about it, though. So I literally I started using it on my other PS5 because I'm just like, maybe it's the PS5 that's screwing it up. I don't know what the hell it is. So I started using it on the other ones, and maybe hopefully that'll fix it. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. So, but yeah, I've been doing really well, and I finished my Christmas shopping.
Oh, right on, man.
So now I can actually enjoy my December. Yeah.
do you usually do your Christmas shopping like maybe November-ish, or you usually start there?
I used
Maybe
to be
before?
such a responsible person, Reggie, and I would do it all and get it all done before Thanksgiving. And now I'm like, ugh. It's just I don't know what it is, dude. I'm like, can we just stop Christmas? Can we just stop? Can we just all just cook each other food?
I
Something.
be telling my family no presents. Just hey, because I don't want to go shopping. Like you don't want to get nothing from me. I'll get nothing from you, and they're good. I try to get them good with that, but she won't listen to me. So
no, they never. You have to.
Just your presence and my presence is enough, right?
There you go.
So you guys. I mean, I buy everything I want. All my toys. I have all the stuff I want. It's right here. I get it. So it's like people are like, well, what do you want? I'm like,
nothing.
I can freaking have it, dude. And I'm like, unless you want to buy me Kingsfield 2 on PS2, which you know you won't. They won't.
I tell my family like socks and stuff like that are cool. So yeah, just give me some socks and I'll be good to go.
That's true. So for this year, I asked for a lot of DVDs and stuff like that. I've been going hard on the physical media for movies and stuff. Trying to.
Does Best Buy closing down DVDs have anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that lit a fire under my ass where I'm just like, oh God, I just don't want to be down the road being like, I want to watch Labyrinth, $100. What the fuck? So I'm just trying to get a lot of stuff that I want, and I'm trying to get the TV shows that I want that I don't think will be able. I don't think Sons of Anarchy will be able. You can show that in the future. I don't think the show The Shield will be able to be shown in the future.
Those.
The Wire, there's a lot of shows where I'm like,
you're 100% right, because Kurt, I can't remember his name, did the Sons of Anarchy and The Shield, and some of the scenes in Sons of Anarchy, the Otto and the jail scene was insane. Dude, they can't show that.
Dude, the part with the kids, what's his guy's daughter? I can't remember his name. With the guy's daughter, with the Pope, when he takes, I don't want to ruin it.
Oh my God, yes.
But you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
I was like, this show is messed up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is wicked messed up. What's up, Quarter?
I mean, it goes without saying, if there's a show that you like that is a little bit edgy, like R-rated, MA-rated, you should get a physical copy, because if they're not going to remove it, they might edit a few things and change it.
And they've been known to do that type of stuff. So you want to get that version of the Blu-ray or even DVD or 4K, hopefully, while you can. I mean, not like it's an super urgency, but Amazon's going to take over pretty much the movies and all that stuff. So that's good. But Best Buy not having it kind of starts that FOMO, I would say, like, oh, like you're scared, you might miss out on something. So, but yeah,
that's just where.
Unfortunately, what will happen with this, and just like video gaming, is 10% of what everyone's seen is always going to be preserved, but that 90% of shows that only a few people watch that may be really good, but just didn't have the money to get the advertising budget and get out there. They're the ones that are going to be removed from the streaming sites and expensive to buy physically and things like that.
So what I would point out is, because I've been looking at a lot, if it doesn't have a Blu-ray or a 4K release, if it's only on DVD, that's you should get it. Because it's not going to suddenly. They're not going to suddenly release, these shows again. I don't see that happening. Maybe, but like you said, like it's a lot of like obscure stuff that I like. That is kind of like low key, like really not that popular. Like it is, but it isn't. Like, what if I want to get all the Tales from the Crypt or something?
Oh yeah, all right.
Or the Dark Sides. What is it? Tales from the Dark Side? Like
Tales from the Dark Side. Yep.
That type of stuff. Like it may like you can get it on DVD still, but. I don't know. Maybe it'll come up 4K. I don't know. My point is like certain like niche things. I pick it up.
As someone who's been selling DVDs full time for almost 3 years, like the DVD market is still huge, and there's still big money for a lot of titles. Your average DVD, like your Friends season 4 or Seinfeld season 2, they're not even worth $1 each. But there are DVDs out there that are $50, $100 each. Not even like each season, like each individual season.
Oh, here's a movie, a DVD that's like was going for a lot of money. You ever seen a movie called Mosquito, Joe?
I don't think I have.
It's a horror movie. Came out in 1995. You should, dude, you would love it, dude. It's right up your alley. That DVD cost so much money because it had a low print run, and now it's insane. I don't think they put it on Blu-ray or anything yet. They may have, but like that's just an example of like where they could go. Because certain DVDs and certain Blu-rays might have certain features that are not included in the Blu-ray version. Usually I notice that happens a lot. So
yeah, the DVDs always got the director's cut and the commentaries and the deleted scenes and
or a certain cover that you like a lot or whatever.
Yeah, just like old physical games. You used to get back in the day. You used to get an art book, and you used to get like they did. It would come with like a bunch of cool stuff, and they still do. Editions, like special editions and stuff, but it's not quite the same. And it's the content on the disc, like the director's cut and the commentaries and that stuff. That's like they don't put that on the Blu-ray. So you're absolutely right.
There are some crazy collector's editions out there for DVDs. I had this one. Series isn't coming to me. It was a medical show. Anyway, I had the full series, and it was in a wooden box. I bought it for $50. I put it on eBay, and like within a week, it sold for $500.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's crazy. But it was like a really nice collector's edition that you just don't really see that type of thing in. You see it these days in games, but this was a early 2000 release. Like you didn't see that type of collector's edition back.
Yeah, Dexter got a really cool one. That showed Dexter.
It might have been Dexter. It might have been Dexter.
That one's got like it comes with like a blood kit and like blood slides and all this crazy stuff. It's freaking cool.
Who do you think Dexter's worst nemesis was, or his best nemesis was?
Jonathan Lithgow.
Trinity Killer. Yep.
It was Dexter, Joe. It was Dexter.
It was Dexter. Okay, there you go.
See,
I've got an image of it.
I'm in your head, bro.
John Lithgow, man, something else, dude.
Dude, so I loved Third Rock from the Sun, and dude, he's in a couple of movies. He's fucking hilarious.
Raising Cain.
Let's say one of these things. Pick it up. It's like $500.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. That's so funny.
Wow.
And do you know what's hilarious about that? And ain't even complete anymore because they came out with another season.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have them all.
Yeah.
Oh,
that season's kind of weird, but I liked it. It's just, I don't know, man.
It was okay. I mean, it was better than the ending they gave us, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, even though that ending was kind of like, I don't know, like poetic in a way. I mean, the way, well, I mean, it's been over 10 years, so no spoilers, people, sorry. But how he dropped his sister in the water and everything like that and see her float. That was kind of like nice how that looked, but I get it. That was not the way people wanted it to end.
Yeah, it went. I mean, I honestly did not enjoy the last 2 seasons very much. I didn't really like it when it started. The 4 Horsemen killer guy. Yeah. I just didn't.
I was kind of bummed out when Dokes got checked out. He was funny.
I love Dokes. Surprise,
motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. The meme master. That's right.
There's a lot of shows that went 1 or 2 seasons too many. Like a lot of my favorite shows, I wish they could just take a season or 2 off. Like How I Met Your Mother, that 70s show, Game of Thrones. I could go on for a while. They just had 1 or 2 seasons too many. And because of that, you don't watch them anymore.
Because they start to run out of ideas. I think 5 seasons is good enough to close out a series, I think. Longer than that, come on, man. You got to move on to something else. But if the series is popular, they try to keep it going, and then bad writing starts to happen, and it's like, ugh, what is this?
And the opposite happens. And Mario mentioned it when he said it. My heart broke. He said Hannibal. I loved that show. Hannibal was so good. And
barely got a season 3 too, but yeah, it was a good show.
We got 3 seasons, and I thought Mac I can't say his name. The main character there was fantastic, dude. He was so good. And dude, I just want 2 more seasons. Like you said, I want 5 seasons of that show. But dude, have you seen Hannibal? Has any of you guys watched it?
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen it now.
I didn't think it was gonna get a 3rd season. I was scared, and they did, thankfully. So they kind of like it didn't wrap things up, but it was. I'm just happy it got 3 seasons at least. I will say.
So that show, what I find funny about it is at first you're like all horrified and you're like, this is disgusting. And then by like season 3, you're like, oh, I really love how he cut off his arms and stuck them up his butthole. That looks really cool. Maybe he could have like gouged out his eyes and he could have put golf balls in there and painted them. That would have been cool. Maybe like I'm like sitting there I'm like appreciating it. Like, oh, he put him in a tree and he chopped that. That's pretty cool.
Dude, I'll never forget the brain scene from the movie. Ugh.
Oh yeah, the actual movie. Yeah. With Ray Liotta.
Like, oh my god.
You're being rude, Ray.
I know, right?
All laughing and being crazy and stuff.
Elvis Rob, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah, that show's a tragedy that it didn't get picked up again. But I think the guy that made that show is coming out with a new show that's going to be. I think he's working on. God, what is it? He's either working on the new It show or there's another horror show coming out that. Oh God, I can't remember what it is. It's driving me crazy now. Anyway, he's got a new show. I've never seen Basement.
I got a theory on bad TV shows ending. If a show's good, right, even if they're going to end the show, if it's doing really well, they're probably going to push for another season. If it's just doing well, right? And if a show starts to do poor, they're probably going to can it. So that's going to be why so many shows end on bad seasons. Right?
Were you guys a fan of Cowboy Bebop, the live action? Hoping to get a season 2?
I didn't watch it.
Me neither.
Stuff I sell, but I haven't watched it.
It got such bad reviews, dude. I just
don't want to waste your time with it.
No, but when I heard One Piece got amazing reviews, I watched that. And
even Jason was telling me he liked it a lot, man. He said he watched it. Wow, this is good. I'm like, really? Yeah, man, I have to check it out. Then I found out my Netflix got canceled because my the sharing account thing they cracked down on it, so I got to find another Netflix.
You just got to wait till one of those like, here, try Netflix for $1 for a month. And then just cancel it right away.
Dude, they're not even doing that anymore, man. Like no free trials. Like they're mad. Like they're saying you got to pay this price. They increased their prices and everything. Like hopefully they will come out with that again. But I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I'm fully taking advantage of Xbox right now. I had my Xbox membership run out like 2 days ago. I canceled it, and then I went back on and rebought it for $1 and then canceled it again. I feel like I'm abusing the system, but every time you cancel it, there's an offer for $1 to retry Xbox Live.
So. Nah, man, you're taking advantage. So that's what you gotta do. Save that money because online gaming is expensive.
And I started playing Power Wash Simulator, and I'm enjoying it. But I'm playing it on computer and I'm using my mouse. And after holding the mouse button for like half an hour. My finger's getting sore. So I'm like, do I got to play this on a controller or something? It is a really fun game, especially if you're like a little bit OCD, because it's kind of incorporates that. But yeah, I can see why it got such good reviews.
It's one of those like oddly satisfying games. It's like, have you ever played like Unpacking? You've seen that
Lawn
game.
mowing simulator or something. Yeah.
It's like unpacking is like you literally just like organize a room. Like they give you a bunch of furniture and books and crap, and you got to like put it in order and make it look nice. And you would think that doesn't sound that fun, but after a while, you're like, don't put the blue book there. What the fuck? No, that should be over here with this one. You start to like, it's like if you have OCD, it's a fun game. Yeah, you'll get into it.
I mean, we have game rooms. I just rearranged my game room.
That's true. Actually, I have to do that. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I was talking about that with Andy the other day. I'm like, I'm gonna rearrange it again.
I have to. So what I do is I organize, the shelves by genre. And then down here, I build up a pile of 40 games that now I have to insert into the genres. And so I have to like redo them all because they don't fit the right anymore. So
I feel like they're becoming overdone too. Used to be able to see the games, and now they're getting hidden with controllers. And
me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. I got freaking things. Yeah, dude. It's bad. No, this room is like way overpacked.
You're going to have to make another room, man.
I have another room. I just have a roommate, and I just feel bad kicking him out for games, but got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Your roommate tuning into the podcast for the first time. Oh,
well, it's either that or I'm just gonna stop putting shelves up and putting them in there and be like, deal with it. Just be like, what are you doing in my bureau? I'm like, I don't got room for this now.
Oh man.
So I made a promise that I wouldn't let the game room spill into the living room. I don't know how long that's gonna last.
That's what I was going with too, with being here, and it's over the last 2 years it kind of spilled out. And like, oh god, no. So yeah, I don't really sell anything, but I'm going to start selling some stuff pretty soon here, because it's going through. It's healthy to go through your collection, make sure you still want the stuff yearly. So it's that time of year for me. But I did want to ask you guys, man. Video Game Awards happened recently, and I didn't know about it, man. I found out about it like a day after. Like, oh, it happened. Like it wasn't even on my radar. But what do you guys think about it, man? I saw some pretty good announcements there. There were a lot of dud announcements. Some that shouldn't have been announced so they had more information. But overall, I think I found some good stuff out of it. What do you guys think?
Personally, I was really excited by Baldur's Gate 3 winning Game of the Year. I just assumed that the way the gaming industry is these days, Zelda's already won the award before it was even announced. But by the fact that the genuine best game of the year actually got Game of the Year, I was surprised. And they did some things I didn't like. I seen a lot of hate on Twitter behind. They had like a 30-second only speeches, and like one guy was talking about how his teammates passed away making these games, and they got told to wrap up your speech, and he was like talking about dead people. Like, come on, that's
the last thing you want. You gotta. That's a downer, man. I mean, they gotta get these guys like a timer limit on there, and just I don't know, man.
I understand that I want 5 minutes, but you got to have some respect as well,
Yeah, because your show it's got to go on. You got to keep it moving. There's other people. Ugh.
There was a hilarious Call of Duty joke made. Someone got up and said his speech went for about 10 seconds, and he's like, well, my speech is longer than the newest Call of Duty campaign.
Burn!
And then he's like, guess I'll never work for Activision.
Yeah. Ouch.
They're trying to get away from campaigns because they make more money on the multiplayer. So campaign is like it's an afterthought now, which is crazy, because I feel like campaign is the most important part for the casual gamer to play it, and then if they want to take it to a more advanced level, join the multiplayer. Now it's vice versa. So
yep, I
feel like Call of Duty are at a point where they could split their game into two. They could release just a zombie style game with a campaign and a certain type of gamer will buy it, me included, and then have a multiplayer only game with battle royale mode and just you're on, and there'll be another certain person that will buy it. There isn't really that gamer that is wanting both now. There is really the two different sides of it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh well, like watching the show, I was happy with the announcement of Sega. They announced
Yeah.
a couple of games. Shinobi looked great. I mean, it was a flash, pretty much, which is annoying. Like show a little bit more deep, a couple of seconds or whatever like that. But okay, they're doing multiple games, which is cool. Shinobi looked great. Streets of Rage, I'm not sure about because it's 3D now. I don't know if it's like a verse fighting game or a beat 'em up. So then Golden Axe, that should have been 2D. I don't want a 3D Golden Axe, but we'll see. Maybe they can pull it off. Jet Set Radio.
That looks sick, dude.
That looks good,
yeah.
man.
That's the one I'm most excited about.
That got me pumped up, man. So because I love that game, and it's just they should have brought that series back a long time ago. So that's coming back. Anything I'm missing from the Sega show out of that? I think I got everything. I'm trying to remember anything else they might have announced, but I think Sega won it. They won it for me because those were the only games I was really interested in. To be honest with you, I like seeing old IPs come back, pretty much. So. A lot of those games shouldn't have dead IPs, man. They should be alive and well. So Shinobi's coming back. What else was at this show that was cool? Another one of my favorite announcements. They showed more of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh yeah,
I was like, dude, man, that's the one. Okay, that was probably the best one for me because I love Final Fantasy VII. I played the remake, loved it. And I'm ready. I'm ready to play this new one. And I really feel like this should have came out this year instead of Final Fantasy 16. But they knew what they were doing. They were trying to get us pumped up. But anyways, I actually just played this on the PS5 finally. I played the with Yuffie because I beat the game on the PS4 before, and you can transfer your data to the PS5 version, which is nice. Yep. But I'm going to go through this a little bit again. Like I think this has New Game Plus. Go through it again just to kind of like go through the story again and remember things before I play the new one. So I'm really pumped up, man. I cannot wait for that. February 31st, I think. No, there's no 31st in February. I think it's February 30th or something. Wait.
Oh,
28. 28. I'm sorry. February is
the getting at February 30, guys. Never.
I wonder is this next year leap year for February? We get a 29th?
It is a leap year, 2024.
Wow. Okay. All right, here we go. Leap year.
Cool, so maybe it is the 29th.
No, I doubt it. Maybe.
No. February 30 is when Half-Life 3 comes out.
Yeah, right.
Dude, Half-Life 3, man, could never live up to what it could be, man. Nobody will, because it's been so hyped so hard over the years. Like, there's just no way it could live up. I mean, no, this can't. It'd be impossible. They had to put so much money into it to make it. Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, Reggie, let's move over to another thing that's been hyped up for like 10 years. Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer came out this week.
Yeah,
that's going to have pretty much the most hyped title of all time. Do you guys think it'll live up to the hype?
No.
100%. No, really?
No, I don't. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a watered down version of GTA, and then everyone's going to complain about it. That's what I think.
Huh, really? That's interesting. Okay.
I bet it'll be an amazing game, and I bet it will sell insane, and it will be just as successful as 5. But I personally doubt I will enjoy it even remotely as close to what I enjoyed of Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City or something. I highly doubt it.
That's so which Grand Theft Auto was your favorite? One of those? Vice City?
Vice City is my favorite. Okay. Although I actually have never played San Andreas, and everybody says that one's absolutely incredible. So
did you play 5 when it came out, Joe?
A little, not a lot, but I did.
Okay. Interesting.
So it's one of those games where I started it a million times and I just started playing other things and I just never get back to it. And also I missed the hype train on that game on a PS3 or something, right? I didn't get it
September 13th, 2013. That was a good night.
I bought it on PS4 when nobody was playing it, none of my friends were playing it and everything. I liked it, but I don't know. I mean, it graphically looks insane. So I'll give it that. Joel? What's up, Joel? The GTA 6 trailer looks incredible. It's not gameplay, but it looks often I say don't feel like there's a lot of next gen games that are pure PS5 pushing the limit. That game looks like it's going to. There's not going to be a PS4 version, I hope to God. So
no, they definitely not. They're trying to move past it. So as far as GTA 6 living up to the hype, I don't think Rockstar's never really let us down when it comes to these games. True. I mean, they've all been well received, and everybody's been pretty happy with them. I mean, I never heard anybody.
Rockstar don't put out broken games for one. Like they're not going to put out a Cyberpunk day one. I know for a fact.
Yeah, and they'll probably work on the online, of course, before they release it with GTA 6. I don't think it'll come with online immediately. So
yeah, I agree.
That's
really good because that doesn't split the player base. That gets everyone playing the campaign for like a month.
And then they get the online
game before you get into online. I like that
because the way the online was introduced in 5 was actually pretty good. You know, like how in 5 how you would like choose the characters through like that cell phone thing. Or wasn't it like a cell phone? It was just like a control pad, and you switch between Trevor and all those guys. And then at the bottom is your created character, which was cool. So when that kind of happened, that was really cool.
It was.
So they've been working on GTA 6 for a long ass time, and you know it's probably ever since like the online was announced for came out for GTA 5. What I heard is they're working on getting like 70% of the buildings. Like you're going to be able to enter 70% of the buildings in so GTA cool. 6, which is cool. So everything is going to be like the whole game is going to be. It's going to be amazing, man.
Like an actual city.
Yeah, like you can go in and interact, and the buildings will be designed inside the buildings. The interior will be a certain way and everything. They're really working hard on that, from what I heard. So I was mad that they said like 2025. I was hoping like 2024, obviously, because we've been waiting. Like
we knew for a fact it was going to be 25 because of the shareholder meetings, and they announced the profits are going to be in 2025. So there's no way that they're going to have profits that year and release the game the year before.
Right. So it makes sense. So. But as far as living up to the hype again, I think it will, man, because like I said, like people get pumped up for GTA games, and but I understand what Joe is saying, because like with the online, the online is where they're making most of their money now. Obviously, they make so much money by introducing online. So what I could say is like, will the online live up to the hype as a GTA 5? You know, pretty much. So that's a good thing.
I'm with you, Reggie, that I feel like it's almost too big to fail and they have too much money to fail.
Yeah.
There's too many eyes and ears going, no, we can't do that because that's not, it has to be this way because this is the successful way. And there'll be hundreds of thousands of people testing it, looking for bugs before it comes out, not just a handful of game testers like usual. One thing I want to bring up is the effect that it's had on the internet. Now, the trailer broke the record for the most viewed YouTube video that's not a music video in 24 hours. The soundtrack that was used, the Tom Petty song, has broken like Spotify and iTunes records on like the most played song in 24 hours. And it's now may hit number one for the first time. It never hit number one when the song came out. So
that's crazy. And he's gone now, and he can't his songs.
Wow.
And
he's passed away. So
that's crazy.
That's how they got the song cheap. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I personally streamed the song like 10 times since that trailer came out, you know.
Yeah, man, they really know how to like put music in their games where it just brings people to it, man. It's just amazing. My favorite GTA is actually 4. I love the whole story of the immigrant coming to America trying to build. Like Nico Bellic, man, is like my favorite character, man. Like I remember, like, you know how you jack cars in the games, and one of his dialogues was like, "Don't worry, insurance will pay." And you grab the guy and throw him out of the car. It's hilarious. I'm like, yeah, it's GTA 4. I mean, it's great, man. I don't hear a lot of people saying it's their favorite one, but it's mine.
It is great.
Yeah, I could not put that game down when it first came out, dude. I was so amazed with how the missions were, how the people interacted with each other, the story. GTA 5 was just on point, and then the dating system was great in that game. It was just hilarious, and ever since then, I became a GTA fan because even with GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, I wasn't a really big fan of the games. I'd never even beat any of those games. The first GTA game I beat was 4, and then I went on to 5. So I became a fan from the pretty much the 7th generation up for that series. So I'm looking forward to GTA 6 when it comes out.
Hell yeah.
Mostly, but for me, man, I'm only about the story. I don't care about online, because I'll tell you a story about when I played it online, guys. People are insane online, dude. Like, it's like freaking killers on there. Like, you know, get my car, you know, go on to do a mission, whatever. People were like, I was in some kind of lobby with somebody. I don't know. I was on somebody's map, and they kept targeting me, like coming in to kill my character. And then they will wait at the respawn areas for me. Like they knew where the respawn areas were at, so they kill you again. I was like, dude, this is insane. That's just a bad experience I had with it. And I barely got away from the guy. I had to go I remember I had to get into a helicopter and get on the building. And this guy was still waiting for me to come back down. It was just insane, dude. I was like, these people were nuts.
I wanted to elaborate on something that you touched on, Reggie.
Street.
They want to make every building or 70% of the buildings in the game accessible. And what if this is the case? What it will do is, let's assume the map's the same size as the Grand Theft Auto 5 map. This will make the map 3-4 times as big, because you don't realize how much of that map is not being utilized. If the map is so much buildings in a city where you can't actually go on these buildings, if you can, it'll make it so much bigger. You don't even realize how big the game will be.
Yeah,
It's
man.
exciting. I personally had a good experience with online because I played it a month after it came out, when online first hit the PS3, and it was when players hadn't exploited the glitches and hadn't worked out how to, bully people online and harass people and do things like that. I later played it like 7 years later in a role-playing server. I had fun doing that, but because there's people playing thousands of hours and you're behind the ball, it's hard to just instantly catch up without putting in those hours. So I never continued to play it after that.
Dude, people are like buying yachts online and having yacht parties and stuff like that on GTA 5. It was pretty crazy, man. I was like, wow.
Now, there's people that are dedicated to their lives and have full YouTube channels just based around GTA Online. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the RP is insane in that game. That's like one of the only games where like I would actually probably do an RP server or play RP, because it's so funny, dude. People are so into it, and like, I don't know, it looks really fun. I'm a super, obviously, insanely excited that it's in Vice City. So that alone has my hype level, obviously, through the roof.
There's only been
I said, I love Vice City, so even though it's not obviously the same time period or whatever, I like the setting. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, because people wanted like updated Vice City for a while. I mean, you had 2 games that were in Vice City. There was a Grand Theft Auto Vice City and the Grand Theft Auto the
Stories.
PSP one that was ported. Yeah, Stories ones, which But man, I'm just
really, if you look at the series, they've used 3 maps and they've repeated them twice. GTA 3 in New York, and then they had GTA 4 in New York. You had San Andreas, GTA 5, and now Vice City and GTA 6.
So this is what I think. The game will be successful. It's going to sell 1 million billion copies. There's no doubt about it. I'm not like saying it's going to fail. That's impossible, because I'll compare it to The Last of Us 2. It's going to sell amazing just because of the good faith of the games that came before it. So that's how it works with products like this. It's like Star Wars. When Disney made the new ones, we were all like, yeah, and then a couple shitty Star Wars, and everyone's like, no more. Sorry, done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it better be offensive. It better be just as controversial and ridiculous as it always has been. And if it is even remotely watered down or like, you know what if it has any messaging in it that I'm just gonna be like, dude, I'm done. Like, I'm not down with that. Like,
I read something interesting about this week, Joe, and they said when the original Grand Theft Auto games came out, and like the last 4 or 5 of them, the world wasn't very satire and weird. Like, a Grand Theft Auto game was as crazy as you see people. But today, you go to GTA 5 and there's these people in real life. Like, you notice the trailer, they copied real life characters and things like that. So I read that, is the game going to be as satire that it's still going to have that shock value, or is it just going to be like, that's just what happens in Florida these days, or that's just an average thing?
That's just literally my neighbor. That's nothing.
Are they going to have to do that shock value and even go that next step further to real people?
Yes, that's what I'm. Yes, they do. They need to have something in that game that is so offensive that everyone flips out, and it's a huge thing. They have to like the mission where you have to bury the baby alive. So it's gotta have.
I feel like you're right.
It's insane. It has to. If it doesn't, I am going to be disappointed. I feel like the world will not allow anyone to have fun anymore. And so I want Rockstar to give the biggest middle finger to everyone on Earth and just be like, screw you. I'm going to make the most offensive thing. I'm going to make it. I don't care. That's what I want. It's the same way I like how like Dark Souls and Elden Ring are like, no, we're not making our games easier because you said so. We're going to make them the way we want. Kiss my ass. And then they got Game of the Year, sold 1 million copies. That's the attitude, everybody. That's what I want to see. No, I don't want to hear you whining. I'm going to do what I want. And if you don't like it, don't buy it. That's it. Like, I'm tired of like this like nerfed world we live in. I just don't like
Here's
it.
something to think
Don't like
about,
it.
Joe. So when the original like GTA games came out, they used to poke fun of all these big successful companies, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, whatever. They poke fun of them.
Mhm.
Now Rockstar are one of these big companies. You feel like, are they still going to poke fun at these other companies that are competing with them on the stock market and different things like that? It's interesting because now they are one of the people that they poked fun at.
Yeah, Rockstar has no filter, so
They better not. That's what I'm saying. They better
Which
not.
they haven't yet, so
I want to see court cases done because of this game.
No, I know, right? Dude,
They can afford it too. There should be no reason where they shouldn't push the barrier that people are going to sue them because they're controversial.
Everyone to be mad. I want everyone to be mad. I want everybody from every aspect of the society, from all different political viewpoints, to be like, "This is horrible." But like, yes, that's what I want. Thank you. That is what I want.
I'm still shocked they lost the hot coffee case, man, because like you get that lost them a lot of. You guys remember that back in the day, the scene in GTA, yeah, that wasn't accessible, but somebody like used to hack in the game and then they got sued for it. I thought that was crazy because there was no way anybody could access it normally. You know what I mean? So, but
they might have lost the case, Reggie. But how many extra copies do you think they sold because it was on?
That's true. Yeah. And how many people were trying to get that version of GTA San Andreas that had the hack that you could hack and see that?
I feel like when the first GTA came out, there was a controversy, but apparently GTA started the controversy themselves. So it's rumored that with each release, they're the ones that insinuate this, and they're the ones that brought up that the hot coffee mod was able to be accessed and things like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Like if the media news starts picking up stories and it gets in, well, people are going to be like, I want to play this because I want to be told what I can't see, and I want this. And everyone loves what they can't have and different things like that.
You know, was another controversial game. You guys remember Manhunt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That got banned in Australia.
Did it?
Got it right, sitting right here.
Oh snap! Look at that. Right on. So is that version like heavily edited, Figie?
This version was banned in Australia. I had to import it.
Okay. Wow, dude. I'll never forget that. I thought that was one of Rockstar's craziest games.
It was. Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Because I remember like just the stuff that those guys would say to you when they were after you. Like they would say some demonic stuff. And I was like, wow, dude, this game is crazy. But I loved it because it was entertaining. And I don't think Rockstar could ever make a game like that again, though. It was.
I don't think they will. I know that they've canceled a lot of their old IPs, just focused on Red Dead Redemption. And
you know what I'm sad about, man? I really wanted a Bully Part 2. I love the Bully.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite Rockstar game. They should have got that out a while ago, but now just like the further they go, and now I don't see it happening, unfortunately.
And that's another one where Bullyhead was controversial back in the day.
Yeah, Jack Thompson, that crazy lawyer, was he got disbarred for that game because he kept going after it when he had no evidence. I watched that whole thing pretty closely back in the day.
Oh, that's like a grift. People have already started the think of the children, GTA bad, blah 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 crap. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. If you give that game to your kids, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I've seen parents buy it for their kids and everything.
A moron. Like, do not. That's being like, I gave my kid Hellraiser 3, and it was disgusting. Why were you? What are you thinking?
Is that like the worst one out of all of them?
It's on that though. You know what I think is ironic?
It's the worst one, like quality wise. It's not the most disgusting.
The parents that are going to be making these decisions would have been kids when the original Grand Theft Autos came out. Would have begged their parents to play it. So it's like the tables have turned.
Dude, I remember how crazy it was because when I was in the military, I went to Korea, and that was back when PS2s were hard to find still. And I got GTA 3, and I let some of my friends play it. Man, they were like blown away with it, man. I'll never forget how like that game just took over their lives and everything like that. It
was a phenomenon. GTA 3 was a phenomenon, dude. Everyone had that game that I knew. We all played that.
And people were playing it for hours and hours. Didn't even realize it, man. You were like immersed in this other world that was alive pretty much. Because even when you walking down the street, you can hear people having conversations and stuff like that. It was like the radio stations is what got me, man. Remember the Chatterbox with Laszlo?
You're the best.
So good.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear
music
that's
too. Like
yeah.
my mum would enjoy it because she got to listen to 90s and 80s music again. But we had a rule, like as soon as the characters start talking, turn it down. They swear. But when you're in the car, you can turn it up because I like the songs.
Dude,
that's what I get pumped about. I like hearing. I can't wait for GTA 6 to hear the radio stations, man. That's what I'm pumped.
Me too. I'm hoping that they have a lot of songs from Vice City. I know that the licensing issues will be expensive, but they're one of the richest companies in the world. I want to see Video Killed the Radio Star and songs that when I listen to them, I think of Vice City. I want to see them in the new game, like a classic station with Vice City songs on it or something. That would be so cool.
That would be cool. It'd be awesome if they had a classic channel and it was the actual station.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
City.
Here's some hits from the 80s,
cool.
and it's just
in the same. No, even like the chat, because the dialogue on the radio stations are amazing, dude. That's what made me laugh more than anything.
Shows and
people are
Chatterbox, man.
Oh, dude, there'd be so many times where I'd be like actually like laughing out loud from that shit. Like, so good, dude. And that's what and it was ridiculous, and that's what I want. I want it to be just as ridiculous. And as long as they do that, we're good. We're good.
Theme park.
We're good. I just don't want to have to ever. If there's any, I don't want to see any holding back. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to see a crazy game. That's what I think.
I think we will, but I mean, I understand your doubts, man, because it's been so many years, man. I mean, this is the longest gap we have between a game, which is insane.
It's just the world has changed. Are you allowed to do this anymore? Are you allowed to we do the quiz show all the time, and we watch old video game ads, and 9 out of 10 times we're like, they could never put this out now. You wouldn't be allowed to make this joke. You wouldn't be allowed to do
video
this.
we said last night. The lady giving birth in a. Oh my god!
Yeah, it squirts across the room. It's absolutely vile. But that's what I mean. And it's just like now, no.
Was that the Xbox commercial one when the lady gives birth to the baby and it flies?
It was a Yoshi. No, it was a golf ad, and the guys are playing golf on the PlayStation. She's giving birth, but they're busy. I'm putting. Hold on.
She's like, I need to go to the hospital having the baby. And he's like, nah, dude, I'm just playing a game.
Hey, Sharon, thanks for the donation, man. You're awesome.
Thank you.
And Spider-Man 2 is one that a lot of people are unhappy about.
did you read that? What he just said, Figie? Could you pay attention to what he just said?
Oh my god.
You're missing the best part.
He did it right after. Man,
he's web slinging.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people weren't happy that Spider-Man didn't get any awards at the Game Award. It got nominated.
That game is more of a. It's just. I don't think it really has any replay value, does it? The Spider-Man games. I mean, it's just one go through, and you're good to go. It is. I don't know, man. Yeah, I can't see those type of games getting, because I just feel like they're just like what's the word I'm trying to use for it? Like I don't know. Not disposable, but they're just showpieces, pretty much. Whatever like that.
Show off the PS5 of console sellers or something.
Yeah, it's not really a solid game because I mean they get repetitive after a while. Like, you remember Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man by Insomniac, the Mary Jane missions.
Absolutely amazing. Yep,
it's an amazing game. The Mary Jane that part sucked, but other than that, it was a cool game. But I never went back and played it again. There was no reason to go back and and play it. So it's just like games like that have no replay value just don't. They shouldn't win awards, honestly. So I'm kind of glad I didn't see it get an award. But
I feel like you're right.
It's mostly cutscenes. That's what I've heard. It's the majority of it that you're watching movies.
It's cutscenes, like a movie. Yeah, pretty much. You do a couple of things or whatever. I don't know.
We're not talking Kojima, but I heard there's a lot of cutscenes.
Well, straightened out like a safe release. Like they use the same map as the first game. They use what they know works. Yeah, it's the same map, and they just added a little bit more of New York. That's part of the reasons I didn't pick it up, because I'm like, I've already played this map before. Let's wait till it's $10 and then I'll pick it up.
You know what was cool about that game though? When I was playing it, the Stan Lee cameo. I wasn't expecting that, man. I was like, I thought that was really cool. Because he always makes cameo in the movies and some of the games. But yeah, that was a cool cameo they added for him in there. So
I really enjoyed just traveling around the city in the game. I think the freestyle of how you travel just felt really amazing, and how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use fast travel or anything.
What's your favorite Spider-Man game?
Mine's will probably be honestly a Spider-Man 3. Well, it's between Spider-Man 2 and 3. Spider-Man 2 is when that was the first one you go free roam, which was excellent. The web swinging in that one was awesome. But part 3, I just like that you could switch to the Venom costume. Well, that's the PS2 version. The PS3 version was more story driven. You know, honestly, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go with Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is actually a better game, but I do like Spider-Man 3 a lot because do you guys remember the Mary Jane thrill rides? You could take her to work, swing her to work on those missions. Well, there's one called the Mary Jane Scare Ride. I actually did a video on it recently. Peter argues with Mary Jane. He's mad at her, and he has the symbiote costume on. So he swings her around, but he swings her around like terrifying, like doing all these crazy stunts, and she's like crying and terrified. It's hilarious, man. You guys have to see that scene. But yeah, part 2 would definitely be my favorite. Sorry.
That's cool.
I guess I gotta go the PS4 one, the first one. Just playing that for the first time, I felt like I'm playing a new Spider-Man game, and it like blew my mind. It was like playing the Batman Origin games on PS3 for the first time.
Oh, okay.
This is just like peak for me.
So I like the Batman games a lot more. For me, it's actually I like Maximum Carnage, baby. Spider-Man on the SNES. I freaking loved that game. That was a game where like I rented it and like I would not let my mom return that shit until I beat it. I was like, I don't care if this costs $100. You ain't getting this game. I'm playing it until it's done. I loved that game.
I had like $200 in late return fees.
I have no idea if it's aged well, if it still is good, but back in the day, like I don't know, man, it was such a fun beat 'em up.
I got back those.
I know,
no problem. Yeah.
So,
what's up?
Wanted to bring this up. I think that we were going to talk about this before, but the retro community.
Gerald knows what's up.
Yeah. Oh.
Exactly. So he's hitting the nail on the head for what I'm like. I don't want it to be a watered down, safer version of GTA. I just don't want that.
Dude,
I want it to go off the edge.
Well, you know what's crazy? The new Saints Row game went kind of I don't want to say went woke, but it went in a direction that like a lot of the fans weren't expecting. And then next thing you know, the company goes out of business about a year later after it comes out, which is crazy.
I called it. I was calling that in people's streams and stuff a year before it came out. I'm like, I don't know, guys. Doesn't look good. This doesn't look right. I don't think this game's gonna be good. I think it looks bad. And like it just like it was like they couldn't give it away.
Yeah.
Like it was I've never seen a game go on sale so fast in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $60, and like a week later, it was like $30. Buy it, please. Like it tanked. Nobody.
Yeah. When you had those kind of games and you had that story with the characters and everything like that, people want to see those characters return. You know, unless you make a spinoff or whatever like that. Not seeing Johnny come back, which is one of the main characters in that series and everything, and it was just like a new cast. People weren't ready for that because you know they wanted the same characters. So from that point, I really lost interest in it. You know, even though Saints Row 4 was insane, you know, I was still excited for Saints Row 5 possibly, but they decided to reboot it, it was just weird, you know.
Yeah,
and nobody.
They don't know their own audience. It's like, I swear to God, there's a huge group of people in the entertainment industry that are like, we know what you should like, so we'll show you what you should like, you idiot. Like that's their attitude, and I'm like, no. You're coming in and taking over a franchise that is already established. You're the caretaker of this, and your responsibility is to produce something similar. You jerks. You like it's like, oh my God, it's just this attitude that like, it's like the new Rings of Power show. It's like, you got to be insane to think you can do something better than J.R.R. Tolkien. You are delusional. You are out of your mind if you think you're going to write it and make it better for the common time. You're an idiot. You might as well be like, you know what? I'm going to redo the Bible. That's old. We don't need that stupid old book no more. Let's do the new one.
Bro, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell they get a season 2 with that show. They got a season 2 coming out, right? I think. Yeah. Or maybe it's already out. I don't know, man. But,
it'd be like if they made the Game of Thrones series without the books being made. Oh, wait, they did. And they were shit. Well, that was shocking.
So, to be fair, there's a lot of blame goes on George R.R. Martin for not finishing the freaking books. Like, they had 5 books out when they started. He only needs to finish the last 2, and he hasn't even done the second to last one. He's not even done that one.
No, he done Elden Ring instead.
No.
Wow.
His whole thing. Do you know what his whole problem is? Game of Thrones was like not his main series. He has like another series. It's called like Wild Aces or something like that. And that is his baby. That is the story that he loves, that he wants everyone to like, and he wants everyone to be popular. But it didn't blow up. Game of Thrones did. And he's almost bitter about it because he didn't want it to be what, you know what I mean? It's like so imagine if you're like a singer and you do nothing but this style of music, and then for fun you do a country album and it becomes your number one album, and now you have to sing country. And you're like, yeah, I was just doing that for fun. I didn't really care. That's not what I love. This is what I love. And everyone goes, yeah, that sucks. Do country. You know what I mean? Do you see what I mean? So like, I get it. But at the same time, again, like you have a responsibility at some point. It's in my opinion, like, dude, I don't know. Supposedly he's finishing both books. I don't know if you've heard this. He says
I've heard this for 10 years.
Yeah, I know. And they're supposedly going to release like both of them at the same time. Who knows? We'll see.
He's also in his 80s, and he's only getting older by the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember the books anymore. I read them in high school.
I read them, and I don't remember them anymore.
Like, I read them in college in like 2004. Like, dude, I don't know. I don't even remember.
I read the books before the show came out. Like, that's how into it I was.
Yeah, Storm of Swords had just come out when I started reading that. And The Wheel of Time was on book 6, I think. Lord of Chaos just came out, and I was reading those too. Oh, if you think Game of Thrones is bad, you should watch Wheel of Time. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bro, it is so bad. It is like they like miss out on the main, like some essential themes of how that in the books, like basic, like really important core elements of how magic works in the series. Take it out. We don't need it. Gone. It is bad. I wouldn't even watch season 2. I watched season 1, and Wheel of Time is my favorite thing in my entire life. It is hands down number 1, my favorite thing. Like, period. I love Wheel of Time more than anything else, and I didn't even watch season 2. No, thank you.
It's disappointing.
Like, they should have let me make the show. I don't know what I'm doing. It would have been a lot better. And I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, for real. It would have been a lot better. All you got to do is take the books and like eliminate, a bunch of crap, because you don't need all of it. And you're good. You don't need to change it. You don't need to. Man, I don't want to get into all that. I obviously am passionate about this. I get very upset.
Yeah, but so you should. If people don't, then they're going to assume that they've put out something great. They need that backlash to be like, hang on, we haven't done the right thing. Like, look at the whole Cyberpunk thing in No Man's Sky. Yes, they were terrible releases, but because of the backlash and because of the fans getting, no, you've done the wrong thing, the companies have now turned around and released products for free that are great games and have done the right thing. But, it shouldn't get to that point. We should just do it right the first time.
100%.
And it's this type of thing that is why I'm scared. Like, back in the day when something would get announced that I loved, I would always be excited. And now it's just, I don't feel that way. Now they're like, we're going to remake your favorite thing. I'm like, oh God, no, please don't. No. Just please don't. Can just leave it alone. Just don't, please. Like, it's like, I didn't even want to see the new Evil Dead movie, dude. That's so sad.
I still haven't watched it.
I haven't like zero hype. I'm just like,
where's Ash?
Exactly.
That's what we want.
Exactly. If it doesn't have Bruce Campbell in it, I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, it's not even
Saw 10 just came out. Like, they're still doing Saw movies.
Oh, I forget it. I
used to love them back in the day, but I don't want to watch another one. Like,
I never saw one. It was amazing. The ending, obviously, holy shit. But like the rest of them, I'm just like, this is torture porn. This is just someone's sick fantasy. This is all it is some weird perverted degenerate being like, I want to stick needles in people's testicles. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to watch that, dude. That's not scary. It's disgusting. There's a big difference. It's not scary. It's just revolting. It's
let me ask, what do you think the grossest kill was out of the series?
Oh, I haven't seen all of them, so I have no
Oh,
idea, bro.
good for
Not
you,
even
man.
close,
Like
dude.
some of the
I only really
eyeball
watched,
ones,
I only
like
watched
yeah,
like 2 of them.
they're the ones that I can think of, and it's giving me like PTSD. The one that was in the streets of London where the eyes got ripped out or something.
Damn.
If
Like
there was a
season
Brave
7.
Fencer Musashi remake, would I be excited? If it was just an HD remaster, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because they would play it safe doing it like that, because
Yeah.
somebody try to make a sequel or remake that game, they just don't have the same people working on it, and it doesn't have the charm usually. Like they try to make a sequel to Brave Fencer Musashi. It was called Musashi Legend or something like that, and that game was like, the music.
Just on what you said, then, Reggie, that brings up a good point. That companies today are more likely to bet with the safer option. So, say they got, let's make a new Brave Fencer Musashi game. They're going to sit around a board meeting and go, well, no, let's make a HD remake because we know it's going to sell. It's safer. We have to please our shareholders. It's not just us making the decisions.
Yeah, and if they do it that way, if it gets enough like recognition, then they could possibly make a sequel from the sales from that one. So that's how sequels usually work these days with old IPs. So, and I totally understand that. You know what I mean?
Visions of Mana. That's exactly what happened with the Mana games. They have a new one coming out now. I'm pretty sure it's good.
Yeah, that one was at the Video Game Awards. I'm guessing the previous one did pretty good, which was Trials of Mana, the remake. So that did pretty good. So they worked on, they actually put out a new one.
Or they did the HD remaster of Secret of Mana too, and I guarantee you that sold well.
That one,
I picked up all of those titles. I'm so happy to have them on PS4. It's awesome.
The weirdest one out of all of them, I know, is Dawn of Mana. No one ever talks about that one.
That one only got the Asian release, right? Dawn of Mana?
No, it got a PS. It was on PS2 only.
PS2.
It got a PS4 English Asian release. I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah.
You're thinking of Legend of Mana.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Legend.
Yeah, Legend of Mana is the one where you build the map and everything. Oh my god, I remember that game when it came out.
Legend of Mana was the PS1 game, and then Dawn of Mana was the PS2 game.
Right.
And I couldn't get into Legend of Mana. It's pretty, and
it's pretty, but it's difficult because there's no real story to it. You're building the story of the game.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's very weird. I remember the night I beat that game, I was like, dude, I'm glad this is over because I have no idea what's going on. But the only thing I remember in that game is like pretty much how you're building the map in it. You need to put the mana tree next to your house, which is the last area you go to in the game. So if you put the mana tree next to your house, it makes the level easier to go through. It makes the last dungeon easier pretty much, which is nice. But other than that, man, I never played that game again. And yeah, I couldn't recommend it to anybody. The best Mana game would probably be Secret of Mana or Trials of Mana. That's the one I would recommend. Or this first Secret of Mana game, which was remade for the Game Boy Advance, Sword of Mana, is actually really good.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah, that one's not bad. I had that when I was a kid, actually, because I love the Mana games. I told you so. Dude, I had no idea those games were 2-player. I had no idea. I remember one time, like the way I found out, like I was playing it, my brother was just like picked up the controller and he's like, "Holy crap, I can control her!" And I was like, "What?" Like it blew. We had no idea that game was multiplayer. And then we ended up fighting as always. Stop pushing the button. Stop doing that. No, stop using my magic. Get out of here. What are you doing?
This is my save. Leave me alone. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, that's almost like playing Contra and someone keeps stealing your lives and they use all theirs. That was the worst. Like I remember I was playing Contra with my cousin one time. I was like, man, how do I die? I can't continue. I had a bunch of lives and he's stealing my lives the whole time.
Yep. Every
older brother
in the world has to
work
deal
as
with
a team. I remember Call of Duties and you're playing zombies and it's like, who's going to get the first door? And you're both stubborn and you're both just hoarding all your money, waiting for the other person to get the door.
Oh man, there is a topic we were going to talk about was the retro gaming community. Retro games.
Yeah.
Is it going to?
Is retro games on the way down? That seems to be quite a popular topic at the moment.
Yeah, it really is, man. Because I was really thinking about this, and obviously, games that are like expensive, like Chrono Trigger, like games that probably didn't even sell well back in the day that have limited quantities. Those are staying like with their price range, I would say. But more of the common games are thankfully coming down to regular prices, I would say. Because some people were selling stuff for outrageous, like regular common games for outrageous prices. I'm like, what is going on here? And I felt bad for a lot of people who are collecting now, man, because I was like, dude, I would never pay those prices. But some of them will pay those prices because they just want that item, and it's crazy.
Yeah. The COVID bump. So when they gave all those stimulus checks out, Everybody who was starving to death bought video games.
That fed their hunger, huh?
Yeah, you did, and you did, and you did, and every one of you. I know you did, motherfuckers. You got that check, and you didn't go buy food or emergency supplies of freaking face mask.
What a new PS5.
You went and bought that sweet game that you always wanted because you were like, free money, baby. And it bumped, like you said, Reggie, it like the expensive rare stuff, it's not going anywhere. But like all the weird common shit, like all the $50 games that should be 20, those are all going to go back down because they're not rare. And they're not rare at all. They're all over the place.
Yeah, and people are like putting their foot down, like, no, I'm not going to buy this. And these guys are holding on to these games, and they're just collecting dust because they obviously want to sell them, you know. But it was just crazy what happened with that bump, man. And it really made me happy. Not that I wasn't really retro collecting like that during that time. Thank goodness I feel like it's getting back to normal. Obviously, some prices won't be the same, of course, but at the same time, I think people will be able to get back into affordable collecting. You know, that's what I'm thinking pretty much, because when it comes to a lot of these resellers, they want to sell stuff. You know, obviously, can't hold on to this stuff forever. If it's not selling, if you're not making money off of it, then you know it's just kind of worthless. So
cash flow is the most important thing. You got to have money coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to think that like prices are on the way down, but we're definitely not in like 2019 again. Like prices are still a lot higher than they were 4 years ago.
Yeah, man. I mean, those days I think are kind of over with those, you know, because people are aware, you know, like, oh, a game, I wonder if it's worth some money. Let's look it up.
Especially if it's like sealed or something, and they're like, oh, it's sealed. There's a sealed market for games, and I'm aware of this now. And can I get it?
Who would ever thought that would have went through? Like, I thought that was a joke, like collecting sealed games, but now it's a thing. Like, that's just so crazy to me. Like, people collect.
I blame Figie. I never did it until him.
Really?
Yeah,
I had like 2 or 3 sealed games.
I was like, I don't understand that. I literally was with you, Reggie. I'm just like, why would you buy a game and not play it? I don't get it. But like now I do get it, because if you collect stamps, do you mail the stamps? No, you keep them in a glass case and you looked at the stamp and it's got value and you don't fuck with it. You leave it alone and it's there to appreciate. And so now I have like my stamp and then my game that I open and I play, which is why I buy like 4 copies of every game, and then I buy the digital one too. I
still haven't gone to that next level and graded my games, because I like the fact that my sealed games take up the same amount of room as my other games, and I like being able to fit 630 games per shelf, etc. If I had them all graded, and what you then want to show them off to the front because you spent this extra money to grade it. So you've gone from showing off 630 games to showing off 30 games in the same shelf. You know,
and you know the thing with buying games too. Like I remember a friend told me, like, man, pretty much no matter how you feel about it, it's an investment, because you have that possibility that these games will increase in price. So with the, you know, like Joel, sorry, I got mixed up in thought for a second. But Joe, like how you were saying how you buy multiple copies of games, man, you know, you have that thing where they can increase in price pretty much. And then if you decide to sell them, you know, it'd be worth it and everything like that if you want to sell a couple of them or whatever like that. You know, so
and trade. I like them for trade.
And trade too, you know what I mean? You have that option. So ever since like people, you know, been able to make money off the games like that, even though they like them, you know, it's nice to know you had that option. Like, hey, I don't want this game anymore. I could sell it. Maybe I could double my money on it, which is nice. So I don't know if people will be able to buy a house or anything like that, or pay for your kids' college fund, but you never know if you ever.
Oh, I got a fucking nice car in this room right here, man. I'll tell you.
Right on.
I got a nice ass car in this room.
But it's nice to know that, you know, they're a good investment, because I think that's what I was trying to get to. With the way the market's going now with PS4, PS5, you know, you pretty much install the game on the system. You have less control over your physical games, pretty much. Like, what if Sony or one of these companies want to brick your system and you can't play your games on it anymore, whatever like that, because these systems constantly update. So that's why I feel like the old retro systems always be worthwhile, because you don't have to connect to the internet or whatever like that. It's your own system. You play your game. Nobody knows you're playing it, because they're watching everything you do with the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, with the trophy system and all that stuff. They watching how you play games and all that stuff, and it's kind of weird. But obviously, we know why they're doing it. But I like the fact that I could play a game and someone not doesn't know I'm playing it, not spying on me or whatever like that. So that's why I feel like a lot of these older systems, the PS3, I feel is a system that it's pretty private. I would say, so that's probably the last generation of systems that were kind of private, I would say, because you actually play the game on the disc pretty much. It installs a little bit, but then the disc is spinning pretty much. So, but yeah, I just
you got to be able to play these offline. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow,
that's actually terrible. That game, Joe. Do not play it. It's so bad.
It's the first Leisure Suit Larry game I saw. I got better ones.
So bad. Hey, I wanted to add one thing while we're on this topic. Did you guys hear that PlayStation are removing all the Amazon content that was on the store? So any videos that are owned by Amazon or games, which would include like Man vs. Wild or specific titles like that, are all being removed.
Discovery
Sorry, Discovery. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Discovery.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so movies and like shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that you paid.
This is one thing. This is going to continue.
Oh,
there'll be a stage where it'll be Warner Brothers have removed all their content from Sony. Guess what? All the Batman games. It'll be Marvel have removed all their content. This will happen.
Here's the thing, though. If you already bought it, you'll still be able to re-download it if you delete off your system. You'll have access to the archive.
You won't.
They're taking archive away as well.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're deleting it off your system. Like you will not be able to access.
See, that's the guy. That's the kind of stuff I was afraid of, man. Like, Jesus Christ, that's insane, man. With the PS3, I bought some movies like 1,000 Ways to Die. Like, remember that show, Powers, when that was a big thing. It was never a big show, but it was okay. But I stopped buying it because you don't really own it, pretty much, and they could pull that from you. The first time that happened to me is when I was I wanted to buy Outrun for the PlayStation Network and everything. And I had to have a PAL account to do it. I didn't get to buy it in time, but then they took it off the market, so I wasn't able to purchase it anymore. So that's why I look at digital games like, man, you don't really own it. They can do anything they want with it. So that's why I stopped buying digital. That's why I always went to physical to be on the safe side. Now, physical is cool. Yeah, I mean, the digital is cool. Like if you have like multiple systems, maybe you could play 2-player, you can share the account, play 2-player in a game, whatever like that. But in the long run, you're pretty much throwing money away because like they could take it away from you, which is scary. Like I had this game, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the game you can only play
now.
Yeah, it's dead, dude. I'm like, dude, what the heck? So I ended up giving up my copy. I kept the cover and poster because I thought that was cool. But like when games that are online only are pretty much coffins, So
Friday the 13th is a coaster.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. So digital games, man, I don't know, man. I just don't mess with that and just multiplayer online games like that anymore because it just like they could take it away from you pretty much. I mean, so Chainsaw Massacre,
even with single player games, Reggie, today with modern games, a lot of them require online. Here's the online to play. Yeah.
Here's the thing. This was a crazy one too. My buddy John had told me, "Hey Reggie, you gotta get this Diablo 4." And I finally was going to pull the trigger on getting it. And I grabbed that game. I looked at the back. It says a DRM. So you have to be on, even though you're playing a single player, you still have to be online playing the game. I was like, no way. You guys ain't doing that to me. I said, I put that game back.
Yeah.
I told John, he's disappointed, but I was like, man, I can't do that type of practice, man. Like, I don't want to play a single player, and I have to be online to play it. That's crazy.
So
like,
what's going to happen with these games is the game goes offline. You own a physical copy, but you still can't play it, even though you own it, and it's a single player game. Like if they cancel it and it requires online, you can't play it. Like how crazy is that?
Mm-hmm.
It literally is insane. To me, it is illogical. Like I was a huge Diablo 3 fan. I put hundreds of hours into that game, and didn't same thing, Reggie. I saw that and I went, yeah, no, I'm just not going to give you. I've reached a point where I don't support things like that anymore. Like I'm not giving money to these companies unless I can get it like if I could get Diablo 4 for $10, okay, sure, I'll take it then. But like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna give you $60. Not even considering it.
Yeah,
like
it feels like it should be free because the money you're going to pay is going to be in the skins and the seasons, and it's not going to last forever.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was a free game, then I'm like, sure, you can do that model. But a game that you pay $60 for, I want it forever.
Figie, here's another thing that was crazy. So I think it's almost been 2 years, maybe a year and a half, but I bought Back 4 Blood.
Yep.
from the makers of Left 4 Dead, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I play this game, whatever, like that. I tried to play the game single player. It said I had to be online, and which I thought was crazy, right? But then they came out with an update saying you could play it offline with this update. I was like, this update should have already been in the game, man. Like single player first, and then focus on the multiplayer, just in case, because some people don't. I mean, there's still people on there like don't have online or whatever like that. But the single player should
or just
still
people
be
who live out in the boonies or in the sticks or something. Like they can't enjoy gaming anymore.
Well, just the fact that that's done. If the servers go down and you haven't got that update, you can't play it.
Yeah, it's like
you missed the update. Like,
I don't understand that kind of thing. They're I mean, obviously they're. I don't know, man. I don't even know what they're thinking with that. That's
games
insane.
today are made for a life cycle. Like people don't want their games. They don't make money when a game's 20 years old, so they don't care about it.
It's like planned obsolescence. It's almost on purpose. Like
it's
I do think
video game companies don't make money when their secondhand games are sold in the secondary market. You know, they don't. That's why they don't want games to be resold and different things.
Oh yeah, you know that Sony, like they're like, no guys, our old games suck. Buy Spider-Man. You know, they do not want us going back and playing old games or caring about games and wanting trophies.
Well, with
games.
that saying that, do you think that's why the retro games are so much more than the newer games? You know, like all these limited run releases that people buy, do you think they're really going to worth the same amount of money these retro games are? Even close?
Well, I can add to that, Reggie. So I've been selling a lot of my collection, as you guys know, and I've been selling common games, and as well, I'm selling limited run games. I've sold one limited run game of the 100 I've listed, and I've sold close to 1,000 other titles that are just common sport games or shooters or whatever. It's just showing me that people don't want to play these limited run titles. The only people that want to play them already own them digitally. You know,
they want to have a physical copy.
And I'm not talking about every game, but I'm talking about like 70% of the games that they release.
Right.
Maybe even higher.
You're not excited about the latest Chemco RPG?
Oh God. Those games, man, are so like
the game that was on my phone 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's hilarious. You know what I love about them too is they release each game individually for like $30-$40 or whatever. And then if you just wait 6 months, Japan will release a Nintendo Switch cart with 6 of them on it for $30. Why the hell would you bother buying this stuff? Like I'm done. Limited run. Like
hey, speaking of that, Joe, these games here were all released individually by limited run. Look what's now come out as a completion pack. They're not all on the card. But you can now buy There's 7 Star Wars games on one pack.
They're not all on the card. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are download codes. Everything, the other 5 games are on the card.
Yeah, but like point is, it's one price for all the 7 games. It's not $35 for each of them, which is just crazy. And they're all older games. You don't want to pay full price for them.
So, which games are on the card again, Joe?
Everything's on the card, and with all the DLC, everything's fully updated except for Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Those are the ones I want to be on the cart, man.
Those are the biggest games. They're the largest. Right. So that's So they really should have done 5 games and then done another cart with the Knights of the Old Republic.
That company that published it, right there at the bottom right,
Aspire.
Yeah, they did the Shield game for PS2. Remember you ever play that?
From like the TV show?
Yeah,
the TV show.
With a game?
You didn't know that, dude?
No, dude. That's like one of my favorite shows. Dude,
it's like it's as pretty as a show, man. It's on the cheap,
bro.
Voice actors in it and everything. I can't believe you don't own it, dude. It's hilarious.
No, dude. So you're the king of fucking TV show games on PS2. You always have like you got VIP, you got Charlie's Angels, you got fucking
Charlie's Angels. Oh my god!
Is it a PAL exclusive too? It sounds like a PAL title.
No, it came out in America and PAL territories. I'm assuming. But yeah, dude, it's got the voice actors and everything, dude.
I'm getting it. It'll be in the next few weeks. Pickup videos, Reggie.
Dude, you got to get that. You got to order that tonight, man, because you just gotta own it because you're a fan of the show, man. It's great. It's great.
Well, you know, it's funny. I love Sons of Anarchy. That was like I loved that show. And then when I found out Kurt Sutter had done The Shield, I was like, gotta watch this show. And it's so similar, and like all the actors from like they're all on it. I'm like, it's that guy, it's this guy, it's this guy.
Yeah.
So, dude, so
even Vic Mackey came back in Sons of Anarchy. Remember?
Michael Chiklis. Oh, he was so good. Did you ever watch The Commish, dude? You ever watch that show?
Mm-mm.
So he used to be the Commish. that guy. And he was like a detective, but it was like he had hair, and it was like he wasn't a tough guy, and it was almost like Columbo or something.
Really?
It was like a very kind of whatever show. And then when he was in the Shield, I was having so much trouble with that, because it was like almost like seeing Mr. Rogers all of a sudden be like, "You want to fight, bitch? I'm gonna kill you." I'm just like, "Whoa, what's going on here? That's the commish. Take it easy."
like that when a character's in a show for so long and then they're in another show, it's that one character. Like when I first started watching Breaking Bad, I'm like, that's Malcolm in the Middle's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good analogy.
You know?
Yes, that's a perfect analogy, because you watch Malcolm in the Middle and he's so goofy and silly and funny, and then you watch Breaking Bad and you're like, "Yo, this dude is freaking raw. What is this?" Dude,
have you seen the fan theories? How it's the same universe, and he's like left the family, and he's all pissed off, and meets the new wife, and
he doesn't pick good women. I'll tell him that.
Yeah, but Kurt Sutter, man, he's known for some crazy stuff, man, that he adds, man. Like the Shield has some really dark scenes in it. Sons of Anarchy, obviously, with Otto in jail.
But that's why I like it, though. That's what I mean by like the courage. Right. It's like he's like, no, this is the story I want to tell. I don't care how dark it is. I don't care how offensive it is. I don't care how whatever it is. This is the what I want to tell, and I want to show. Like it's like we're trying to ignore a whole part of humanity and just pretend like it doesn't exist. Like the whole culture wants to like pretend like we're all in a 4th grade kindergarten classroom, and that's not how the world is. It's not like that. It's more like, well, it's not quite like Sons of Anarchy or the Shield. That's probably the extreme. But there are a lot of crappy bad people out there, and like you should just pretend like that's not how people are. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like you can't ignore reality and then it just goes away. That's not how it works. You want to look at it. You want to stare into the abyss, lest you become the abyss. That will happen to you
once you
become it.
Once you play the Shield, man, you'll see, man. You're gonna.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm gonna stream that, dude. Let's go.
I got a question for you guys. Are you guys ready to play the Figie quiz?
We are.
Yeah. Which PS2 game was based off of a cop show?
Let me go.
See, Reggie's scared. He's hiding.
I love that sound. I love it. So nostalgic.
Yeah.
Before we get into the quiz for you guys, we do have a quiz for chat.
Oh, okay.
I'll just grab the scores up quickly. So this is our North American time slot. So currently, first person to 5 points will win a video game shipped anywhere in the world. All you have to do is correctly answer the title of the photo I'm about to show to get a point. Now, currently, Turner's got 1 point. Banfi has 2 points. And Cyrus is in the lead on 3 points. So chat, here is your question this week. I need the full video game title from these photos.
I want a dual shock alarm clock.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, it kind of is. Except you have to do the Contra code, the Konami code to shut it off. Like 6 a.m. Up, down, right, left. What is it? God damn it. All right, let me think about this second. I want to think about this. Oh, I know what this is. I know from the last two. Something. Oh God, what's the first two? I know the last two.
We'll leave this up for a second.
I know the last two, but I can't think of the first two.
Clock Tower 3 is incorrect.
Okay.
Future Tactics is incorrect as well.
What I missed?
We've got chat's question up.
Oh, cool.
We do have a correct answer though. The correct answer is Time Splitters Future Perfect. Congratulations to Banfi.
That was killing me because
Banfi takes another point. Banfi now goes equal into the lead on 3 points. Well done, Banfi.
Well done. Dude, I loved the Time Splitters games. And I like got all hyped and I was like gonna play them again. And holy crap, the controls are impossible.
No, they're inverted. They're inverted. I played it the other day.
You can't change it.
Oh, bro, you can't fix it no matter what you do. Like it was one of those games where I got my friends. I'm like, we're all hyped. I'm like, let's play some Time Splitters, like we used to play. We used to play it all the time for hours and hours, and we couldn't even couldn't kill anything. Get smoked by the computers. It was just like terrible, bro.
I was testing games the other day, and Time Splitters was in there, and yeah, you're right. Like it defaults to invert controls. So initially, you have to switch that around, and then I had to change all the sensitivity. But after like 10 minutes in the settings, I spent an hour playing it. Man, it was so much fun.
Yeah, it's a great game, dude. I used to.
Which one do you like the best? Part 1, 2, or 3?
Probably 2 because that's
I
the one I
think.
played.
2. Which is the one where you have to shoot the bottles. They had like little time trials, and you have to like shoot all the bottles. You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember which one it is. I think it's 2, but I was addicted to that. Trying to speed run all those little challenges and stuff like that. Love that.
They were working on part 4 for a minute, but then they canceled it.
That's tragedy.
Reggie, you're a guest tonight. Would you like to go first, or would you like Joe going first?
Yeah, go first.
Reggie's going to go first. And I do have something special to announce, guys. So we now have a third member of the Quizmaster team. So along with Pavel and Sylvan, Andy's joining our quiz team. So Andy has done a couple of the quiz questions tonight, and big thanks to Andy for joining the quiz team.
Right on.
Shows you what I know. I didn't even know that. I'm on the damn team.
I didn't know either until Pavel told me, so kept it a nice little secret.
So here we go. A bunch of questions about Vegemite.
Question 1. What is the best thing to eat with Vegemite? All right, Reggie, question number 1. This one is for you. Which game in the Final Fantasy series was first to feature motion video sequences and pre-rendered backgrounds? Was it Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, or Final Fantasy 8?
Pre-rendered backgrounds? I think it was 7.
Correct answer is Final Fantasy 7.
No, Pixie made me think it was going to be wrong, man. He said it.
I try and do that on purpose.
Later, D Street. Thanks for the tip, man.
D Street. Good night, man.
D Street's in the house, man. He is enjoying a new game, Chaos Break, and
Chaos Break's dope.
And the other game I totally forgot, Blender Bros. Yes, that's another one. He's enjoying those 2 games.
Nice. Chaos Break's fun.
If you guys haven't already, D Street does awesome content on YouTube. Be sure to go check his channel out.
He's got a huge cock too.
It came out of nowhere.
It's past a certain time for Joe.
Yeah, it's just what happens when we start to show late.
In Power Wash Simulator, which of the locations is not one of the cleaning challenges that players can undertake in the game? Is it the Mars rover, the medieval castle, background treehouse, or the submarine?
Oh, is this for me? Which of these locations is not one of the cleaning challenges the players another thing? I own the game. You figured I might know that. They all sound kind of fun. I'm gonna say a medieval castle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Medieval castle's incorrect. I'll hand this one over to Reggie for the steal.
Submarine.
Submarine is correct. Reggie takes another point.
What? That sounds like the funnest thing in the world. Why wouldn't they?
Well, Power Wash Simulator features a variety of unique and interesting cleaning challenges. As of the last update, cleaning a submarine was not one of them. So maybe in the future.
That'd be the weirdest place to clean, though. All those, if you think about it. Whatever.
I think they should put like a bathroom in a strip club.
Okay.
Damn.
I've been doing this one spot for an hour. It ain't coming off.
Question number 3. Reggie, this one's for you.
Okay.
Atari Jaguar was released in 1993. What were the names of the 2 main console? What were the names of the 2 main console chips? If you know that, it has the same names as the main character of the animated media franchise and series of comedy films created by Hanna-Barbera?
Hanna-Barbera.
You're right, dude. I'm going back. Remember that race show with the dastardly and the dog?
Johnny Quest.
Oh, incorrect. Hand this one over to Joe for the steal.
Hanna-Barbera, dude. I'm going to say Yogi and Boo Boo.
Good guess, but that one's also incorrect. We were looking for Tom and Jerry.
What? Nobody thinks about them anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually knew that one, but
Hanna-Barbera.
I've copped Jerry my whole life as a work name, so that's why it's still fresh in my brain. I used to work with another person named Jared, and he would be called Tom, and I'd be called Jerry. That was the thing. All right, let's move on to question number 4. This one is for Joe. What Metal Gear game title has a boss that can be defeated by not touching the game for a week or changing the day?
Oh, I know this. This is an easy one, Joe. You got this.
Which game? 4?
4 is incorrect.
Correct.
Reggie?
Everybody knows it's Metal Gear Solid 3. The end.
And you got the boss as well. That is the end. If you leave the game for a week or change the time, he dies of old age.
Yeah, he was one of the toughest bosses in that game because you don't even know you're fighting him until you see his power bar. Like it just pops out of nowhere in this quiet area. And it was very difficult for me to beat him the first time because I did not know what to do. You had to sneak up on him, which is hard to do. But yeah.
And it's just this insane sniper that just one-shots you anywhere. And, good times.
What a concept. If you just turn the game off for a week, you win. What the hell, dude? The guy's nuts.
Well, the way it worked is if you got stuck on the boss for a week or so, you come back and eventually just dies of old age.
That's kind of awesome.
All right, moving on to question number 5. Reggie, this one's for you. Now, Reggie, I'm going to show you a meme, and you have to tell me what video console this meme's referring to.
That's easy. PlayStation.
Incorrect.
What?
Joe?
Can you repeat the question one more time, friend? What is
I'm
this
showing
meme?
you a meme, and you have to tell me what video game console this meme's from.
Four red lights. What is the 4 red lights? Maybe
I'm looking at it wrong.
It's PlayStation 3? I don't know.
Correct answer was Xbox 360. I did know that name too.
Oh, that makes sense because it's an X in a box.
Right. We got the box
and a circle.
360 circle.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know what the dude at the 4 lights in the bottom is representing.
It's just a meme thing, you know.
I just thought, yeah, right, I got you. I'm doing real well.
We won't get a score update yet.
Shut up, Andy. Yeah, I am.
All right, moving on to question 6, Joe. Your chance to come back.
I get by on my looks. I don't know.
On what console was Putty Squad originally released?
3DS.
Incorrect, Reggie.
The Wii. My second guess.
PS2.
Incorrect. We were looking for the SNES.
Really? Damn. I did not know that, actually.
What a weird
Maybe
cover.
only a PAL version. I'm not too sure on that one.
The 3DS game's mildly pricey now. To complete
Yeah, same with
box.
the PS3 version.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Question
PS4, I think, too.
I realize I'm missing a question.
That's the one I got right.
No, it's question 9 we're missing.
Ah,
question number 7 is for Reggie. And question 7 and 8 are going to be our photo rounds. So I'm going to show you guys a picture.
Finally, I might get some right. It's the only round
And you
I
have
can
to tell me what video games I'm showing you from the photo. So, Reggie, here's your photo.
I got that clock at the flea market when I was 13. I also got an Elvis clock and a unicorn one.
Maybe Squirtle? Pokemon? Or
No, it's
Not Pokemon. Joe, for the steal?
This is Turtles in Time.
Oh
That was Turtles in Time.
This is my round,
Joe's
Reggie. Let's
specialty.
go.
no! I'm so horrible at these, man. I think about it too hard. How could I miss that one, man? That's crazy. Wow.
All right, question number 8, Joe. This one's for you.
All right. Oh, J equals W. I missed that. Huh. Let me think about it for a minute. So we got.
Oh, I know this one. I think I got this one.
No pressure, Joe.
Wait, no.
Ah!
I think I got it. Well, no, I don't know.
You maybe. You might. Oh shit.
Give you 10 seconds, Joe.
Pass. I don't know. I'm not giving no hints.
All right, Reggie. For the still.
Is it Space Jam because of the stars and then the jam containers?
That's a
Close.
good guess.
It wasn't Space Jam. Chad
It
have
should
got
be.
it right.
Star Wars.
It was
No.
Star Wars.
Star
We had the
Jars.
star in the jars. With jar,
Yeah,
James
but-
W.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, guys. At the end of round number 8, Reggie's got a lead of 3 points. Joe is right behind on 1. We will now move into our final round. So the final round, there will be 13 points up for grabs. I'm going to show you guys a list of 15 video games. 13 of these video games were released for the Atari Jaguar 2. 2 of them never got released for this console.
Okay.
You guys are going to take turns. Joe will start in naming which games got released for the Atari Jaguar 2.
Atari Jaguar 2.
Oh, sorry, just the Atari Jaguar. There's a comma there. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's just the Atari Jaguar.
Okay, I was like,
Prototype
what the
we
hell
didn't
is
know
the
about.
Jaguar 2, dude? I was like literally getting concerned here. I'm like, what
2 of the
country does
games
that
in
come
the
out
list
in?
did not get released for the Atari Jaguar.
Okay.
If you do name any of those 2 games, you will be out. Every game you do name that was released, you will get a point. If the other person gets out, you will then keep naming games until you're out. So anyone can still win. All right, let's start off with Joe.
Oh, God. Tempest 2000 did get released.
That is correct. Joe takes a point.
It's the only good game I know on the damn system, so there we go. Good luck, Reggie. I don't know these.
Shoot, I know some. I'm looking at the harder ones first, but let's go with Worms.
Worms is correct. Reggie takes a point.
Bro, I don't know any of these really. I mean, I know all of these games, but I don't know.
At this stage, you got good odds. You got like a less.
You got
than
good
10.
odds, man. Just
Yeah,
go
but
with
you.
it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stick my dick right in that light socket. Let's go with Prince of Persia, baby.
Prince of Persia did not get a release.
Fuck
Joe is
you.
now.
How the hell did you choose the one?
Yeah.
I told you.
Reggie, you're the only one who can answer, and there's only one game that is a bomb, so you got good odds.
Yes, you pretty much just say them all until you lose.
That was hilarious, man. Rayman.
I told you.
Rayman's on there. Reggie takes another point.
It's my turn again.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna win. I lost.
Double Dragon 5, Shadow Falls.
Double Dragon is on there.
Is it really?
Keep going.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry. The Lost
They didn't get them
Vikings.
all.
You should just say the one that's not on there at this point.
You just say the Lost Vikings?
Yeah.
The Lost Vikings is the other bomb.
Mm.
And the rest of them are all on the Atari Jaguar. So that ends this week's Figie quiz. Joe finished on 2 points. This week's winner on 6 points is Reggie. Well done, Reggie.
Very.
Thanks
I
for
finally
playing,
got my
guys.
revenge on Joe.
Thanks to Pavel, Sylvan, and Andy for the questions. And well done to Banfi for getting this week's chat question.
Yeah, this was fun. And I got a win back from Joe. He
Hell
won the
yeah.
last
If
one.
you guys enjoy the quiz, I've got a
Don't
new
play the
series
lottery.
that's up on YouTube that's half an hour long episodes. That's like a knockout style tournament. It's called Who Wants to Be a Game Collector? We're up to the semifinals right now. So if you enjoy the quiz, you can check out 5 full length episodes over on my YouTube channel. And next Saturday will be the next semifinal, and then the final will be the week after that. So you'll have to tune in to see who wins.
Not me. Tell you that.
Hey, Jab, what's
know.
up, man?
Wait, my episode came out, right?
Yeah, your episode's been out.
Okay, shit. Did I spoil that? Because I didn't win.
Oh man, we finished another quiz. I guess it's time for the pickups, or maybe
Yeah, let's finish some
or maybe our 5 games we played this year, our games that I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? What should you do?
I got a lot of pickups, so
we can start with some pickups, and then we can move on to some games. We'll mix it up.
Okay.
You want to start us off, Joe?
If you want me to, sure. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I went ham on Black Friday, boys. So let's grab them by the stack here. So the first one I picked up is Bite the Bullet from Strictly Limited Games. It is a roguelike run and gun RPG shooter, whatever the hell that means. So it looks like Contra, but it's got RPG elements, and I don't really know. It just looked neat. And it was one of those games where I slept on Guns and Cannoli, and I kind of wanted it, but I didn't pick it up, and now it's insanely expensive. So I was like, screw that. I'm getting this.
How much is it now?
Like
Guns and Cannoli?
Yeah.
Really expensive. Well,
I got my copy on eBay for $400, and I've got like 10 people watching it. That's Australian dollars, so it's like $250.
Oh, okay.
$300.
I got part 1 and 2, so I was maybe it's time to start.
Part 2 is still cheap. Mm-hmm. It's just part 1 because it was an early release when people were still sleeping on Strictly Limited.
Yeah, and then they had they released a dual pack on the Switch, which is a little cheaper, but that's still like $100. So Video Games Plus had a killer sale, and I picked up a ton of stuff from them. So I got these 2 hard copy games. This is Electronic Super Joy 2. These were on sale for like $9.99 Canadian.
Right.
So I was like, dude, I will take both covers at that price. Thank you very much. This is like a really balls to the wall hard platformer, kind of like Super Meat Boy type game.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And then it has
the spine's different too.
Yeah, actually, it looks awesome.
Oh, that's so cool. I kind of want them both.
Yeah, dude. So they did that for each of their releases, except for like their Dusk. The latest one doesn't have one, and it might be one other, like maybe Lich Spear. I don't think has it, but most of the games.
I know their audience.
Yeah, and it also's got a bitchin' soundtrack. So if you like electronic music, it's really good. So these games, I told you I'm getting like first-person dungeon crawlers. I've been really into collecting that genre, and these are 2 of like kind of like the oddballs, like the ones that are a little more uncommon. So this one is called Undead Darlings No Cure for Love. I don't know if I'm going to sell you on this one, guys, but it's first-person RPG where you are looking for are you the cure for lovesick zombie chicks? So yeah, you can kind of put this together. This is a limited run game, though. I didn't even realize that actually. But anyway,
it's an official limited run, or is it just one of their other?
It's not official. It's no number spine or anything. So it's just through their things. But I had no idea. But yeah, it's an obscure one. Same thing with this one. One's called Zenki Zero Last Beginning. It's another first-person dungeon crawler type game.
That looks good.
It is.
Yeah, I played that game before. That game is it's pretty unique.
Yeah, I'm just when I get into collecting like a genre, I just get them all, dude. I don't even care if they're good anymore. I just get them all. I picked up Disgaea 6. These games are cool. They're kind of just 7 of them or something like that. So it's a bit overwhelming to get into the series now, but it's like one of those. I have 1 and 2 on the PSP, and I have 3 on the Vita.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found out 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all available on the PS4. So I'm going to probably pick up 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Then you can get the triple pack on PS3, so you're done.
That's true too. Actually,
if you're a fan of like turn-based JRPGs, then Disgaea is really fun. But if you're not a fan, then you're not going to enjoy it. So.
Oh yeah, it's a strategy RPG. If you don't like Shining Force or stuff like that. All right, so then I got just a whole buttload of Red Art games because these were also on sale. They were like $20 Canadian a piece. So I went ham, dude. So I picked up Karma Incarnation 1. This is like a 2D platforming type game, but it is like crazy weird artwork. It's like really like unique styling. And it's like kind of dark and weird. Like I like games with just weird ass art, and this game has a ton of weird ass art. And then I got Enter Digiton Heart of Corruption. I think it's Heart of Corruption. Most of these you're going to see are very similar. This is like a really low bit Metroidvania type game.
That looks cool.
Yeah, but it's like a really like lo-fi type experience, but the gameplay is insane. It looks really good. Got this because of Reggie. He told me to get it. I hope it's good. It's called Cat Days, baby.
Yeah, it's good, man. You'll like it. It's a Metroidvania, and it's not a very long game, but I would call it like short and sweet. You'll get some good entertainment out of it. So yeah, it's a good game. I like it.
I love the art style of the front.
Yeah, so it's based off of like a Dutch folklore or some shit like that, or whatever country it's from. I don't know what country it is. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. It's based off of some weird folklore from the country that it came out in. But what I want to say about why I got these games, why I like these games, is everybody talks about how, you know, games aren't going to be complete and you can't play games and stuff. Get games like this. Yeah. These games are complete. The whole game's on there. There's no DLC. There's no patches. There's no updates. I'll be able to play Cat Maze. Correct. So like all of these games I'm showing right now, all these little Red Art games, these little tiny indie games, those are ideally the ones I want to collect. I don't AAA games are going to be useless. They're coasters, but these games are complete. Speaking of which, this one is 8 Doors, Aram's Afterlife Adventure.
That looks
they're all just like 2D action games, guys. So look them up. It's Red Art Games if you're interested in any of these. I got They Always Run. I've been meaning to pick this up for like forever. Looks really awesome. It's another like 2D action type game, but it kind of looks like cyberpunk-ish, I guess I would say, sci-fi-ish. Looks really awesome. I'm just gonna kind of go fast because I have so many. So this one, don't sleep on this game. This is a freaking awesome game, dude. It's called Koa and the 5 Pirates of Mara. This is a spin-off of Chichia Oleti. There's like another game in this series, I guess. This is like a spin-off of it. But this is like a 3D action platformer game, and it's really good. This is a fantastic game. Like, I really highly recommend this. And then I got Fury Unleashed, the Bang Edition.
That's cool.
It comes in like a cool cardboard sleeve, and this is like embossed or whatever. So like that.
It feels thicker than a usual slipcover. Is there anything else inside?
I don't think so. I don't think it is. I just think it's just the way they made the game. Like this, like sticks out a little bit, and like this is the cover of the game on the inside. I don't think there's any art book. I could be wrong though. Let me just look. I don't think so, but it is the Bang edition, so maybe I don't know. Either way, it's a 2D like Contra run and gun type game. It's got really cool monsters design and stuff like that. It's kind of like got that weird cell, that new. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't love the artwork that much, but it's kind of like Guns and Cannoli. Yeah, you know what Guns and Cannoli looks like? I don't know, like cut out paper moving around the screen or something like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not like smooth. It's like it's got that choppy thing. It's got that going on, but it looks fun and it was cheap. And then I picked up this horror game called Shame Legacy Cult Edition for PS5.
First person horror.
I believe it is, yeah. I don't know much about. I never even heard of this game, but when I was looking up games over the thing, I saw that it was on there, and I was like, a horror game I've never heard of. Let's get it. It says it's a cursed village, possessed villages, and use your survival instincts, stealth, defend yourself, puzzles, escape or die. Looks pretty cool.
Okay.
You know, I have no idea if it's good, but it's a horror game, so I figured I'd try it out. Speaking of which, I had to pick this up. Yuppie Psycho.
You'll like that one, dude. It's a trip, and you can beat the game within like a minute or 2 minutes too, if you want. You get a
yeah. You told me you could just be like, yeah, no thanks.
I'm not doing this, and go home.
But yeah, the reason I picked this up is you said that it was the developers made this. What's the other game they made?
Count Lucador.
Count Lucador, yes,
yeah.
Lucador, and that's a surprisingly dark and good game. Like it's looks kind of simple and cartoony. You wouldn't think so, but it was pretty good. So I figured once you told me that was the same company, I had no idea. So I picked this one up too. I almost got the Switch version, but the PS4 version's actually kind of pricey in comparison. I feel like this one's going to be really hard to get in the future. Didn't get in a regular Western release, I don't believe. I think it only got
It didn't. Yeah, you're right about that because their companies are kind of downsizing PS4, making PS4 copies of games. They'll usually skip the PS5 or just go to Switch. So limited quantities on PS4 games.
Yes, I've seen that a lot where like a game will come out and the PS5 is $30, the Switch is $30, and the PS4 copy is $40.
Yep.
I'm like, what the freaking hell's going on with that?
It's happening.
Yep. I mean, I'm glad in a way because it does need to happen. But speaking of which, I'm glad that they're not making any more of these. This is the last freaking PSVR game I think I need to buy, hopefully, for a while, other than a couple like weird variants or whatever. This is the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Retribution Payback Edition. Got released on the PS4 with the PSVR, not PSVR 2. This is like the original PSVR. So it's like the last game. And yeah, although my copy is Amazon sucks. It's the box is all freaking trashed. I don't know if you can see it.
Report it to him, man. They'll replace it.
Yeah, dude. I've been freaking. I spend so much time returning stuff these days. It's just I'm so sick of it.
We got a question from Mark. He's asking Arts and Illico or Xenosaga?
Mark, that's a tough question. That's a tough one.
I go with Arts and Illico myself, which is probably the least favorite answer.
But I'm gonna unfortunately. Oh, this is tough, man. Because Arts and Illico, I really like the first two games. But Xenosaga had a strong ending to that series. Man, Xenosaga 3 is awesome. But if I had to go back to a game, oh my God, I'm sorry, Joe. I don't mean to take up your time.
No, it's all good, man.
I gotta make the choice.
Guy asked, you got an answer.
But where I'm at in my life and where I was back then with those games, now I would actually choose Xenosaga. But back then, when they first came out, I would choose Arts and Illico. But now I hope that's just a double answer, but I'll just say Xenosaga 3. Xenosaga series. There you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That was a tough one, though, man. I like both of those games a lot.
Yeah, some people, some questions are like, I don't want to choose. No, I want them both. Just leave me alone.
Gunward, yes, dude. You probably got it.
Hell yeah. I went ham on the Red Art games, dude. I couldn't say no.
I just ordered the vinyl for that game. The soundtrack is so good, Joe. You're gonna love it, man.
Dude, it looks freaking awesome. So out of all the games, this one looks probably the best, and then the second best, or maybe the best, depending on what you think. I got this finally too, dude.
Nice, let's go.
Finally, I was like I said, I think I spent like $200 on just Red Art games. I was sweating up because I wanted all these games for so long.
$300 by buying them without paying shipping, getting them half price.
Was I the one to talk to you into getting that game?
Yes, you did. Yeah, I saw it on your channel. It's one of those ones where I peeked at it a few times. I'm like, that looks pretty cool, but I never like dove in on it. But then you were like, this thing's good. I was like, all right, I'll get it. Like
Mark with his tough questions, man. Ugh.
Then I got
on the spot.
Omega Bot.
Yeah, I ordered that one too. It hasn't got here yet, so I'm looking forward to playing that one.
It looks dope. It says avoid traps and deadly obstacles using your weapons. It's another 2D action game, but I watched gameplay of it and it looked really good. So it was definitely on the list. And then I got Nuclear Blaze. Wanted this for a long time actually, and I just hadn't picked it up yet. And yeah,
where'd you pick up your copy from?
Video Games Plus. Video Games Plus.
Does that look weird how big the PS4 thing is on the spine?
Yeah, that's a little odd.
It's so big.
In case you didn't realize. You're right. It's going to look terrible on the shelf. Return. I'm just kidding. I'll put it with the box.
It comes with like some keychain or something like that. The box shouldn't be like that, but I don't know why he did that. But
it feels like it's a controller box or a console. Or
yeah, like something else would be in there. Yeah, exactly.
There's a keychain included. Oh, there it is. See?
Yep.
There you go. Because that's, everybody need, I should, you know what I should do? I should go through all of my fucking collections and get all the keychains and build list one massive video game keychain with like 30 things on it and just be like, I have the ultimate keychain.
Video game keychain about 10 kilos.
All right, so that's on my PS4.
Take all your video game coins to a pawn shop and see what they'll say with the metal.
So I got 3 Switch games, which I know, you know how it is. But these are all like Yeah, I would highly recommend all three of these. The first one is called Sunblaze.
Oh,
This is a 2D action platformer. It's kind of like a Celeste clone.
really?
Yes, and it
Not as
looks
hard?
fucking fantastic. I don't know how hard it is. It does not look easy. It looks pretty difficult.
I might have to skip it.
But it only like got released in Asia. Like this has no Western release at all, as far as I know.
Show us the back a little
So,
bit.
sure.
Okay.
So you can get in there in a little bit. So the graphics, you know, it's not quite as pixelated as Celeste. It's like a little more updated version. But dude, I would just check it out. If you like Celeste, I
prefer that
out.
look art style. I wasn't a massive Celeste fan of that art style myself.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just this will be like a rare and obscure collectible game.
It's only on Switch
for sure. Only on Switch. Only got released in like Asia. I think the only place selling it is Play Asia. That's where I got it from.
Okay.
So
checking all the boxes. Yeah.
Check it. Yeah, dude. And like I said, it's so this next one, I don't know if it'll have quite the same appeal long term, but this is called Toho New World. I don't know if you're familiar with the Toho series, but like the guy who made it's like an anime or some shit like that. But the guy who made it, or they made a game out of it. He like gave away the license so anyone can make Toho games.
That's
so
cool.
there's like a million different Toho type games, but this one's really neat because it's like a 3D action shmup. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, it's like, have you ever played Fury, that game on PS4? Where it's Fury. It's like a bullet hell, but it's like a 3D action game. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, so it's like you're like, it's like third person perspective, and you're jumping around like, you know, like whatever, but it's like all freaking bullet hell, and you have to dodge crazy patterns and do stuff. It looks really good. Like, as soon as it was announced, I was like, I have to get it. And then they sent me this cool little art thingy with it too.
You just to let everybody know, when you guys order from Play Asia, at least try to order $100 worth of stuff so you can get that free shipping, and that makes it worth it too. I'm pretty sure when you order from there, don't just order one item.
All my orders are 3 or 4 games for that reason. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Stage where if you bought one of their games, they just gave you free shipping, and it was like a really good incentive to buy their games. I don't think they do that anymore.
Okay, so this is the one I had to look up the name of because I don't freaking remember. See if it's still on it. Okay. Oh, you bastard. Do I have it
Figie, name that game.
Gosh, I'd have to. All right. It's called. Man, no, I really need to look it up. Hold on. I'm so sorry. It's in Japanese. It's called like Parhoni Blaze in the Deep Blue. Reggie, this is a 2D action game made by Inti Creates.
Whoa. Oh, I remember that game. You got a physical?
It just came out, bro. This looks dope as hell, man.
You got a physical and you didn't tell me, man. We always talk about games coming out, man.
I wanted to surprise you, bro.
You got me.
I literally figured you would just have it, dude. Like it's the guy, the Azure Striker Gunvolt people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
I've been sleeping on Play Asia for a minute, man. So yeah. Oh my god.
If I can get it to focus, if you can see it.
I would think they would bring that in America, some company, but there's no reason to wait for them anymore. You just get it from Play Asia because they put it out fast.
I used to just always wait for like English. Now I'm done. I don't do that anymore. Give me the Japanese copy. If it's got English, I'm cool. I don't care anymore. It's like every shmup gets released in Japan like a year before it gets released over here.
Yeah,
like it always happens where I buy the Japanese version and then a year later it gets released out in the West, and then I end up replacing it and selling my Japanese copy, and I'm just like over that now.
Well, you know what happened with me? Scarlet Symphony came out. And I got the Play Asia version. Now Limited Run has announced their version. I'm like, dude, it's like a year later. Like, it's like,
yeah, dude. And that pisses me off so bad because the sequel got announced on Play Asia, and it had English it said it everywhere, English, and then all of a sudden, like right before, like a couple weeks before it got released, they said, actually, we're not putting English on the cart. And you know why? It's because Limited Run are going to release it in a year. And that's what sucks is like I have the Japanese, the first one, and then the sequel that's going to come out. I can't buy the Japanese copy now because it doesn't have English. Now I have to wait a year for the Limited Run one to come out. And then once I order it, I got to wait a year to get it. And I'm just over that, dude. I'm over it. I would take the play. I don't care what language is on the cover anymore. And 9 out of 10 times the Japanese they have better artwork anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like so over it.
I do like my spines to be in English because I like the way I look at them on the
God,
shelf.
looks and everything.
Then again, like I'm getting to the point where I'm learning other languages and learning
Another
letters
game.
in different languages, so I don't mind anymore. And just want to give Manifest a shout out for the donation. Really appreciate it. You guys don't have to donate, but it's always awesome.
Another game they did that with, where it still hasn't got an English release, but a Persona Arena got released as a physical on PS. Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, I was going to buy that version, but they took the English out of it. So, you know that somebody wants the rights for it in America, and they just released it digital only for PS4. So it sucks, man. It's like, what the heck? That was the easy one.
So I disagree, by the way. I think having a shelf full of Japanese games makes you look legit, son. Right? You know you're a real gamer when you walk in and you got a shelf full of Japanese games. Like, that guy likes games. All right.
Well, I did. I had over 150, but I've now put them in with all the English releases, and I like combining them and being like, this really, it might be in Japanese, but that I know what game that is just by the order of it being in the shelf and things like that.
No, it's actually wicked fucking annoying, dude. Anytime I find one of the games, I'm like, is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No, it's the same thing.
Like learn what the US numbers are and things like that.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to learn Japanese if you're going to say that. No, but I will learn, like, you know. What
Japanese is hard, but it's easy to learn Korean. So the Korean games aren't that hard to get with. I haven't got any pickups, but I pulled some cool stuff off the shelf to show off for you guys. So first one, a couple of weeks back, we had Clean on the show, and he was showing off a couple of variants between like the PAL and the North American versions. So I pulled one game out that's a little bit of a variant. It's pretty cool. So here we have the Zone of the Enders HD collection, which was the North American version, and then the PAL received the Classics HD. Cover art's a little bit different. Same with the spines. But of course, I had to have it both.
I love that game. They're such good games.
Really good value for money too with this collection.
Great.
And next we have an Australian exclusive slipcover for the PS3. So this is for the game Homefront, and this edition here is called the Don't Tread on Me edition.
I actually like
comes
that
with
game.
the slipcover. I believe all it actually includes is just day one early access features, so it doesn't actually give you anything extra but the slipcover. But it's a really nice slipcover for the game. It's holographic as well, which is pretty cool.
Is it expensive, that version?
Unfortunately, it's really rare. You can find it on eBay for the same price as the normal game if the seller doesn't know what they've got. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at like $50-$60 if they do know what they have.
The commercial for that game is insane. Like, it was so freaking cool. Like, I remember the trailer for it years ago, and it made me buy it.
I never played it, but I don't think it's going to be up my alley. This next one's interesting. So this is a Russian release. This is the only PS3 game that has a silver spine. I'll show you the spine first. So it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but that's in silver. Now this is for Hannah Montana, which in Russia they call Xana Montana with the X. But yeah, it's the only game that has a silver spine, which is kind of cool.
So when she powers up, she turns into a blonde and starts singing? Is that what it was?
To add more to it, the normal Hannah Montana release has got the red label. This is the black label, so it's actually a black label variant as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
have you seen the sequel where she twerks on stage half naked?
No, is that
the Wrecking Ball one?
Yeah, no, that's just what happened in real life.
I remember. When she did it for real. Yeah, I remember that. I was just thinking about the purple taffy PSP that came out with the Hannah Montana version. You guys remember that?
Nice.
Yeah.
The two, I like that one, and I like the Hatsune Miku one the best, the light blue one. Those are both fire, dude. I'd love to have both of those.
Oh, the Hatsune Miku Vita is beautiful. The blue one from Japan.
Japan got so many cool Vitas and stuff. We didn't get anything.
They did.
Cool. Dude, they got the
They
Dragon
also
Quest
bought
one,
Vita
man.
games over there when they first came out. Vita games sold really well in the West, like after the Vita was announced that it died, let's be honest. When the Vita first came out, the games didn't sell that well, you know.
Yeah, well,
Limited Run weren't putting Vita games out until after the Vita was dead, and PlayAsia was the same. So.
Nobody bought the damn thing until the memory cards were on sale. So
They never went on sale. What are you talking about?
that's true. At least,
On
well, until
sale?
the SD adapter came out. How about that? Because that's what you can get, just an SD adapter for it now. And you can it takes the their whatever memory stick Duo Pro, whatever the hell that crap is, and you can just slide on micro flash in it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it's my turn, huh?
Yeah. What do you got for us, Reggie?
I got a lot of stuff here, man. You guys ready?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Ooh, okay.
It's gonna be radical. Let's go.
No, you're gonna like this one, man, because this one I got. We talked to High. I missed out on this one, but I finally was able to get it on eBay.
Oh, nice. What'd you get?
Trouble Witches.
Oh, nice, brother.
Nice.
For the Switch, finally. Oops, sorry, hold it here. And sorry, try to show some gameplay footage here. Yes, you guys know this is an awesome shoot 'em up, and I ordered them both from Play Asia, but they canceled my Switch order for it, so I was pretty annoyed with that. I was like, "What the heck is going on, man?" Like, so I just went to eBay where someone already had it in America, and I just got that copy, So now I have the PS4 version and the Switch version, like I wanted. And plus, thanks to Joe, you sent me that book, which is awesome. So now I have everything that came with it, man. So I appreciate you on the hookup for that one. But yeah, if you like shoot 'em up, you'll definitely like this game.
Nice.
All right.
That's
so
beautiful.
we've been waiting for this game to get a physical for years because it came out on 360 initially back in the day, and it was stuck there.
Yeah, and this is like an updated, souped up version of it, I think, too. Like it's got like the final complete version or whatever.
It is. And the
Are there
next one
many
here,
shoot 'em ups on the 360 that haven't now been re-released on the PS4 or the Switch?
I think most of them, except the last Dudon has not been released on any other system. It's called Dudon Patchy. I can't remember what it's called. I actually own it, but it has a weird name to it. So I think that's the only one that has been released on any other systems. Or there may be
Sodaijo? Is it SDJ?
It's Sodaijo. I don't know
something like.
Yeah, I don't remember, man. I think there's two that haven't been released physical yet. So,
all right, Sodaijo.
Yeah, that guy knows. One more quarter knows.
and they released it on phone too, so which is crazy. So you can play it on your iPhone if you want. But next game here, me and Joe almost bought the game for a higher price. It got cheaper, but I told him to wait on it. You know what I'm talking about, Joe? We got Daymare 1994. Thanks to Joe buying this game. It made me look at he got it on PS5 as well. I got the PS4 version. I mean, it made me look out for the PS4 version to get a sale on it. So this is survival horror, and it's kind of funny. I haven't told anybody this, but pretty much, if you play the game without it being patched, you play like this rough, messed up version of the game. Like the disc must have been pressed like a while before the patch came out, obviously. So it's pretty messed up, man. But when you play the game with the patch, obviously it's fixed, but it's just crazy playing it without the patch. I was like, dude, what the heck were they making here? It really threw me out. Like, the whole intro is different from the patch version of the game. So it's like, what the heck? But overall, I think it's a pretty decent survival horror game. If anybody decides to play this game or pick it up, make sure you play the game on easy mode, because the people who made this game, they don't know how to balance out the difficulty, and it's kind of weird sometimes. So just let everybody know that. Play it on easy first, and if you're good at it, you can play it on the rest of the difficulties if you want. All right, what is next? I'm going down the list here.
I love the little PMs in the middle of that. That was cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I was yeah. The next one here is Star Renegades. I got this for $40 collector's edition on sale during the Black Friday sale. So I was happy to have that. You can see this collector's edition.
That thing's
comes
nice.
It comes with a sleeve here, and you open it up. It comes with, you know how the strictly limited boxes are, man. They're loaded up with stuff. So
they are nice. Their collector's editions are gorgeous, dude.
They are. Now they're starting to put them on Amazon, man. So I was like, heck yeah! Like, more people will get on this. Like, they sold out the first time when I picked it up. Like, it gradually just sold out pretty fast, and then they restocked it. But I think
look how full that box is. Like, it's not wasted space with cellophane and different things like that.
Soundtrack, got a poster, got art cards.
Yeah, man.
The box itself is dope too. Like, let's just be real. That's really nice. I like the coloring.
Yeah, being in like a role like RPG, I kind of told you guys how it was before, but it's a really compelling game, man. I think it's really cool, and a lot of people don't know about it. It was on sale on Amazon for like $11, the regular edition for PS4.
I should pick it up.
It's definitely something. It has a really good soundtrack too, brother. The soundtrack in this game is insane. So I was happy he had a soundtrack CD with his collector's edition, but it's definitely something you guys should check out because like it's just one of those games that'll be like sought after in the future. I think like at least for the physical, I would say, but yeah, as you can see the gameplay here and everything like that. So it's pretty insane. But
it looks cool. God, you know what does that remind me of? It reminds me of shit.
I love the card system in the game. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun, Figs. You guys would definitely like this game.
I love sci-fi stuff in RPGs too. Like I've always been a Phantasy Star nut, and I always liked how that walked the line between fantasy and sci-fi. So I thought that was really cool. So I'm down with that.
It gave me like Yu-Gi-Oh vibes once they brought the cards into it. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Next game we talked about early. This is one of Joe's favorite shows of all time. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He just watched it.
I think you're gonna show the shield.
But Buffy the Vampire Slayer, we both know the episode that stuck with us out of the whole series. What was it called? Silent Night, Joe? With the gentleman.
I don't know the name of it.
Well, it stuck with me, man, because this episode where these guys they made the whole town not be able to speak, so the town was quiet pretty much.
Oh,
and
right.
Pretty much these guys called the gentleman would come out at night, and if you answered it, they knock on your door, if you answered it, they would take you down and start cutting
really
you open.
Creepy looking.
Why you? Yeah, that's how they float in the room. It's pretty insane. So like you see how they're just going across the street. You got people hiding from them and everything like that. So I just remember the scene right here where the dude answered his door. And you see what happens next. They
the straight jackets.
Yeah, but look at him. He can't scream. So they're pulling out this knife. He's seen they're holding him. And they're pretty much going to dissect him while he's alive. It's like the scene in RoboCop 2 almost. Like when they grab that dude. And yeah, that scene was insane. But look, and they're smiling the whole time. And it's
that
just
is pretty creepy, dude.
And he can't scream. It's like, dude, that's insane. But anyways, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Chaos. What's it called? Chaos Bleeds. I think it's a pretty good game. I don't know if it's as good as the first Buffy game on Xbox, but if you're a fan of the series, they got some of the voice actors to come back, which is cool, and it's its own story. So you could maybe say it's canon too. So
I 100% played either that or the prequel back in the day, and I don't own it now, and I've only just remembered. I'm like, I've played that gameplay before. I remember the little stabby thing, and oh my god, it's just giving me nostalgic vibes. Now I need to pick it up.
Yeah,
and was the first one on PS2, Reggie?
Sarah Michelle
what was that?
Was the other Buffy game on PS2 you mentioned?
No, Xbox only. Yeah.
Okay, well, I would have played that one because I didn't have an Xbox. So.
Okay. I think this game. You told me earlier, Joe, like Treasures of Aegean. That's how you pronounce it?
Aegean, like the Aegean Sea.
Okay, Aegean Sea. All right, so this one I just recently got from a friend, and it's pretty much it reminds me of Uncharted, like a side-scrolling Uncharted game in a way. So I'll show you guys some footage here. Oop, wrong one. Next one. Nope. I don't have the hotkeys. Whoa, wrong one again. Jesus Christ, man! I'm supposed to be on this.
So you see Figie taking.
I guess.
Hey, whoa.
I know I gotta have these ready, but here it is, right here.
Okay, there we go.
I'm like, what the heck, man? I'm like, these things are mixed up.
This looks like all hand drawn. That's what I liked about it. Kind of like Prince of Persia. Yeah, I mean that looks gorgeous.
So yeah, it's pretty unique. I'm hoping for something pretty cool here. I played the first couple levels. It's like Uncharted meets what's that game called? The mirror game where the girl's jumping across the buildings and everything.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge. Yeah, it reminds me of that one in a way. So you're moving fast and making jumps, and or you can say Prince of Persia in a way, like a fast version of Prince of Persia. That too. Yep. But yeah, I just got this one, so don't know too much about it. But
it's just gorgeous. Looks like it's like playing a cartoon, dude, like a Saturday morning cartoon almost. I love it.
It sparked my interest pretty much, so I'm happy with it. Okay, moving down the line here.
I love how the colors on the front cover are in the game as well. It's like a really cool color design.
So I recently got the one-up countercades, and obviously I don't want to hold them now. So I filmed some footage before we started the stream. Nice. So I got the Marvel Superheroes one. NBA
Oh, those are a
Jam.
lot smaller. I thought they were bigger than that. That's kind of.
I mean, they're kind of bigger when you're up close. And
I don't
everything
want
like
them to be
Those-
bigger. I don't want them to be bigger. I want them to be that size. That's perfect.
But yeah, those are the Pac-Man ones right there. So I got 4 of them. I spent like pretty much like about a little over $400 for all of them, so $99 a piece. Pretty much they went on sale. I wouldn't have bought them otherwise, but I'm happy to have those. So that'll be on my video tomorrow, possibly. Well, yeah, it'll be on tomorrow's video.
I want the Pac-Man ones. I'm not gonna lie. I love Miss Pac-Man, dude.
Yeah, the Miss Pac-Man one is on point. It's the only one that doesn't have a light up marquee though. So I got to replace the marquee later. But all the other ones have light up marquees, which I was happy about.
What the hell is Super Pac-Man? I've never heard of Super Pac-Man.
Super Pac-Man is a sequel to Miss Pac-Man or Pac Plus or whatever. It's like it plays like Pac-Man, but you get fruit instead, and you have the 2 power-ups. You have the power pellet power-up, and you have the Super Pac-Man power-up, which is pretty much you go through the ghost monsters. You don't eat them; you just pass through them. So it's kind of weird.
Huh.
But
I think I'm amazed that I have like 50 Pac-Man collections. I don't think I've played that. It's crazy to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm digging the red shelf you're using for the Switch games. That's awesome.
I know, right, dude? That shelf I've had that shelf since I moved here, man. That shelf's pretty badass. I got it from like a furniture bank, so
yeah,
it's
hard to like. How do you get a red shelf to look good? But the red spines, yeah, that looks cool.
And the next one here I got is is this? I don't know. I don't think I've shown this one before, but never mind. That was going to be the games I played this year. Let's go to this one. I recently got some Sega Saturn games, English repros, and the first one here is a KO Flying Squadron Part 2, which is a game I was trying to get years ago on the Sega Saturn, the PAL version, because that's the only version that's in English. But Pipe Dreams Games was making some repro games, and I bought it from him, so I'm good with this one instead of buying that $300 one, which is probably increased in price from when I was looking at it back in the day, because that was back in 2012. So I could only imagine what's going for it now. Like Saturn games is like on the point where they're on the level with Neo Geo, AES. So pretty insane stuff, but has a little funny cartoon scenes in the intro to kind of like give you a laugh. And this game is actually generally funny, dude. Like the dialogue is hilarious. The gameplay is a mixture of platforming and being a shmup. So it's a mixture like that. Sick. And here's the gameplay right here. That's the shmup part. Pretty simple or whatever like that. It's fun. That's kind of reminiscent to the first game with this part. And then next, like other parts of the game, is just like platforms. So it's pretty unique, I would say. All right. So next up here.
Dude, that game's got to be so expensive. I know the regular first one is insane. I can only imagine that one is even just.
Yeah, I actually sold the first one to my buddy. It was the last Sega CD game he needed to complete his collection. And back then, I sold to him for $500, which was cheaper than it was going for at the time because it was going for $800. Now, is it almost like $2,000 for a complete copy?
Something like that. Yeah, it's definitely over $1,500.
Insane.
All right, so next one here is one of my favorite survival horror games of all time. It's actually pretty cool. Everybody compares it to Resident Evil, but I like to say it's its own thing. But here is Deep Fear for the Sega Saturn. Dude, the intro to this game is so eerie, man. But it's like, dude, like pretty much there's a virus going around, and the people who get infected with it, they start mutating. But it's so gross because the mutations look so like they're just so gross, man. Like if you see how the people mutate in this game, like you'll see a person like mutate a little bit in the game, and then when you see them later, they're even worse. And they're all enemies pretty much. So they attack you in different ways as they get worse in their conditions. But definitely good survival horror. What you have to worry about in this game is not only the mutants, but you have to worry about the air that you have. Certain rooms only have a certain amount of air. So if you don't have if you're in that room too long, you get actually die pretty much, like a lack of oxygen. So yeah, that factor too. Then you saw the prices there too, with the European copies going for it. So that's to forget that. But anyways, Deep Fear, definitely a game that people should check out. I hope they port it to another system because it's been stuck on the Saturn for years, man. Like this game needs to get out there. But yeah, you guys still good? I still got some more games.
Keep going, baby.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. What else have we got here? Oh, yeah, I just got this one. This one's called Formula or Retro World Tour. Did I mess up the screen here? Oh, I kind of angled it wrong. Oh, well. That's fine. Okay.
Oh, I've seen this game. This looks pretty fun. It's like an arcade racer.
Yeah, it looks pretty unique. So I'm excited to play this one when I get a chance. So I got that one. What else do we have here?
It's got an awesome art style.
Oh, I forgot to show you. I picked up the new Shrek racing game too. That's actually in the PlayStation.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's fine. You know, it's a kart racer. If you want
well,
a kart racer, it is
this one. This one I was really happy about. I got this from Pix and Love. The King of Fighters 13.
Nice, dude.
Switch and PS4 version. So the updated version. So King of Fighters 13 was the last one done in a 2D style like that, as you can see. It was kind of funny because King of Fighters 12 should have never been made. King of Fighters 12 is actually 13, but they ran out of time, so they made that weird Dream Match game, which probably is considered the worst King of Fighters game ever. But with the same art style, they were able to finish it with 13, and this is the result. So all DLC that the game had before is on the disc, thankfully, and you can play the game with its full potential, pretty much. So this is the end of the Ash Crimson saga, because like the King of Fighters game, they go with like a saga for like 3 games, and then they move on to some kind of other story arc. But this a total surprise. This game got released on the system, so very happy with that.
I really love King of Fighters 13, especially after the terrible game we got with 12. They really just came out of the park and smashed it. But Atlas jumped in and helped.
Thank goodness they did, man. You don't really hear too much about Atlas these days anymore. Like ever since like limited run companies have come out, like Atlas is kind of faded. I mean, they got their Persona.
That's Sega, right? Is it Sega?
I think Sega bought a portion of them. I'm not sure.
Well, I was hoping that's one of the things people said with that new announcement that Sega is maybe that'll help revitalize some Atlas stuff too. I don't know. Or they were connected somehow. So yeah, I don't know. Most people just say things.
The next game here is called Full Void for the Evercade. This is the only physical release for it.
Oh, I didn't know that came out yet already.
Yeah, it came out, bro. Dude. This game is sick. I beat it the first night. I got it, man, because it pulled me in that much. I mean, you play games like Out of This World and all that stuff, and Heart of Darkness, plays like that. Not as hard as Heart of Darkness, thankfully, but just to show you guys some gameplay here. And you play as this kid. You play as this kid who's escaping these freaking robots that have kind of taken over everybody, through all these weird means, like helmets that have like that are tubed to like certain like computers and stuff like that, like. Pretty much humanity's been taken over by these weird robots, and you're just trying to escape, but you end up trying to save everybody pretty much. So it just really pulled me in, man. The way the game was, man, it's really awesome, and I think a lot of people will like it. Now it's a lot of trial and error, of course, but that's what we expect with these games, though. So it's definitely something that a lot of people would want to play, and I'm glad that somebody made a physical release for it. That's the thing about Evercade too that I really like about them. They're starting to get some exclusive physical games, pretty much. So. Definitely something. They definitely need it, man. I mean, I know they're making all these compilations, but they should make their own exclusive physical games too. And this being the first one I've seen, so yeah, man, it's really on point. And yeah,
the Evercade collection at this point is looking pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
The value is insane, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I seen Miguel's collection the other day, and he's got every single title. I was blown away by how many titles have actually been released at this point. And they look fantastic together too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing they did that bums me out a little is they have like a regular version and then an arcade version sometimes, and they're like 5 of the games will be the same, and they'll have like 1 different game, and I'm like, do I really want to buy this again to get that?
Is there a reason for the multiple colors? The maroon style and then the blue
console and then arcade. Purple is arcade.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Next game here.
Blue is like. Blue is like Commodore 64 or some shit with the blue one.
Blue.
Thing. They have like blue covers, not the spines.
Next game here is a game that's so obscure that not even Figie and Joe knows about this game. This is Bang Busters for the Dreamcast.
I did not know about this.
This game was released on a Neo Geo years ago, and it finally got a physical release. No, it plays like freaking Snow Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
I love arcade games like that, dude. I love Snow Brothers and Pang and Buster Bros, all that stuff.
There we go. Get that footage going for you guys so you guys can see it. So it came out on Neo Geo, MVS, AES years ago. It came out on Neo Geo CD and then Dreamcast finally. That's the more accessible version of the game. But you can see here, dude, it's really fun, dude.
Really like Snow Brothers. Wow.
Yeah, and the Dreamcast version is the easiest version to get. So I would hope they would port it to something else too, like more modern, but I'll take what I could get. So I'm just happy the game got a release that's affordable for people. But yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Poppable Mail.
Yeah, it looks like Papa Mel with the different how they look and everything like that. But yeah, man, it's a really cool one,
like
man.
the
Definitely.
spaceship outline makes you feel like you're in the spaceship.
Yeah, dude. You go to all these different worlds, man. It's actually really fun.
Then you fighting penguins. What?
All right, going down the line here. Oh, this one's a big one here. This one just came in the other day. So I don't know if you guys have ever played this game. Where did it go? It was here. There we go. I think Joe might have this game. Wallachia?
Oh yeah. I love that game.
Nice.
I have the Switch and the PS4.
Well, not only did I get the game, but I got the vinyl for it as well.
Oh, that's sick.
So I went all out, man. So I got the vinyl for it.
That'll be absolutely like a collectible game down the line.
Got the CD soundtrack just in case the record player goes out, and a little art card here for it. So some of you guys that don't know what this game is, I'll pull it up for you real fast.
It's really good.
It's pretty much it reminds you of Castlevania, but it plays more like a running gun. But you could play it like a Castlevania too. It's like the girl has arrows and she has a sword too. But you could like chuck those arrows out like you're playing a running gun game, which is pretty insane. But you'll see right here when I'm about to fight the first boss. But you can also play it like a Castlevania game with just the sword, and it just feels different, which is nice. So you can change up how you play the game. It's cool. A lot of fun. And there's the sword really right there and everything. Hard. It's hard, but it's hard to where you'll figure things out. You just got to take a couple of times to kind of remember stuff and what's going to happen next. Just can't take a break in this game because like you'll forget something and then you'll mess up a pattern and get killed. But it is a lot of fun, and not a lot of people know it exists, man. So, but I like it a lot. I had to go all out for it, and yeah. Figie, do you have it yet?
No, I want to pick it up now. This looks awesome.
Oh, Figie, you love, man. The music in the game is amazing.
Release, so I'll have to track your copy down from Europe.
Yeah, it should be easy for you to get, man, over there. So yeah, definitely. So there's that one.
Did it only get Pix and Love, or did it get a VGN Soft?
VGN Soft, they sell the. No, that's right. So VGN Soft got the American Switch version.
The Switch one.
They didn't get the PS4 one though.
Yeah, and I opened the Switch version because that Pix and Love, the Pixel Heart one. Sorry, not Pix and Love. That's Pixel Heart. Yeah, they had that badass sticker on it, man. I was like, oh man, I like that sticker.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can't open this. I can't open it.
So I hate when they put the stickers on the outside like that.
Yeah, and it looks dope. It's like that Jetson.
Cut it out of the cell frame and put it inside the case.
So we're gonna go with a little survival horror next, guys. You ready for this? This is a game that neither of you guys have heard about. No, I think Joe's heard about it, but you definitely know about Dread Out for the PS4.
Oh, yeah.
I know Dread Out.
I haven't played it, but I know what it is. I own it.
I've seen Joe show it on his pickups before.
What the heck? I thought I had it installed here. I guess I don't have no footage of it. I thought I had some footage of it. Hold on, let me try again. Nope, wrong game. But I didn't put the footage. But anyways, it kind of plays like Fatal Frame, pretty much. Like it's everything. It's like a spiritual successor in a way. But I like this better than Fatal Frame because it's like more modern times. Like she's using a cell phone camera to capture the ghosts and everything like that. Well, not capture them, but like spot them out. Like I was playing this game and it was trippy. You start off at a school, abandoned at night, pretty much. And you know how school buildings look at night, man. They look pretty creepy because there's not much lighting going on. They're very eerie. Mm-hmm. Start off in school, you're walking around, you get a cell phone call from this girl that said you make fun of her or something like that. And she was saying all this gibberish. And then basically she's saying it's on site pretty much, right? So I'm walking, I get to the front of the school and she's waiting for me with a freaking, like, I think like a sword or a baseball bat. It tripped me out because I wasn't expecting that. So she starts chasing you around. You got to fight her and everything like that. It's pretty insane. But the game is very creepy is what I'm trying to get at, man. So if you want to be scared, definitely play this game. And also, I should have said it's Dread Out Part 2. Not Part 1 hasn't got a physical release anywhere, unfortunately. So only on Steam. But definitely a good survival horror game to play. All right, we'll keep it moving here. All right, so one of my favorites on this list. You guys know I recently beat it, and this is Guilt for the PS4.
Nice.
Yeah, man, Guilt. Guilt is a survival horror game where you play as this little girl. She's in a dark version of her town, and she's looking for her friend. It kind of it gives you kind of like Silent Hill vibes the way you're in the town because everything's all busted up and weird looking. But you're being like stalked by these crazy ass monsters, and you're just trying to find this girl, and all you have is like this flashlight, and you're trying to survive. It's a trip, dude. It really kind of like I don't know, man. It was a total surprise for me this year. This game originally came out on Stadia, but thankfully, they ported it to something else because that would have been horrible if it was only on the Stadia. But anyways, I had fun playing this one. I might actually go for the platinum trophy. The first time I beat the game, I got the you get to choose between two endings. I got the okay ending, and then I had to fight to get the best ending. But eventually got it, thankfully, and I was pretty satisfied. But so I think I'm going to go ahead and get all the trophies. But it's definitely a really fun game, man. I think a lot of people should play it. It has a lot of creepy moments in it, and yes, it is a hidden gem. I consider it a hidden gem, and it's survival horror. So definitely check this one out if you get a chance.
VGNY Soft has the PS4 and PS5 version in stock, I believe. If anybody wants,
they got it back in stock. Cool. They were sold out.
They did the last time I looked. Who knows? This was before Black Friday, so it totally be sold out by now. But they had them. That's where I got Yuppie Psycho and stuff when I got it from them.
So next one here is going to be a Super Blood Hockey for PS4.
Hey.
Yeah, dude. I got.
Yeah, let's go.
I kind of got lucky and got this one. You like hockey games, arcade type? You definitely like this. You see all the blood on the floor. The game pulls no punches. It's a lot of fun, though. And it has its own little story to it as well. You can play arcade mode and a story. I wish they would have put it online, too. More people would have played it. That's the thing about these indie type games, man. They were able to like add online with them. The word would get out about them a lot easier. But
it so reminds me of the actual just ice hockey on NES.
It's like an upgraded version of that one.
Dude.
Just more violent.
Dude and the middle dude. You're gonna have like the 3 body types,
Yeah, pretty much, man. And this game did come out to America too on the Switch.
Looks fun.
Through premium edition games.
Mm-hmm.
But I know most people are probably gonna want the PS4 version. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah, man. All right, so next game here. Going down the list, we're still going. I don't know if a lot of people like this game. I loved it a lot. I got Moving Out Part 2. This is a fun single player, and it's a party game. But Moving Out Part 2, man. Oops, wrong game again. Jeez, I thought I had this. I got to put on my glasses. There we go.
You gotta get the laser, dude. I just did it, man. No more glasses.
I know, right? The laser surgery, $2,000, man.
It was a lot more than that.
Was it?
I thought it was like $4,000 or $5,000.
Last time I looked, it was like over 2,000. I guess they raised it up
per eye. Depends on where you go, probably. I have no idea, but it was like $4,500. But I can see. That's nice.
Which is good, yeah.
You get that for the rest of your life.
But if anybody wants to know what their eyeballs smell like when a laser burns it, it kind of smells like burnt hair. In case you wanted to know, I could smell my eyeballs burning.
Dude,
interesting experience. Interesting.
But it's a fun party game. You can play a single player too, but it's more fun to play, like with people. And they added online with this one too. The first game didn't have online. Now you can play online with friends. So that's definitely cool. It's a fun game. I like it better than Overcooked, which is a popular game when it comes to these party games. But I like Moving Out, man. I feel like that's the best one. So there's that one. Mm-hmm. Next game here is Under the Waves. Nice. This is like a narrative adventure that came out. Quantum Dream, I think it's called. The guys who did the they did the Detroit games and all that stuff. They helped publish this game, I believe. And so that's the reason why I took a look at it. And it was on sale. And I got it for $25. So I said, why not? To take a chance with it. I don't know too much about it, but I know it's like there's something happened to your character in the past, and he's pretty much doing all this crazy work underwater to kind of like get past the event that happened to him. So the game periodically tells you what happens over time as you play the game. You just got to play through it. But looks like it's a very interesting narrative adventure. So I'm looking forward to getting more into that one.
I really enjoy the concept of games being set under the ocean. I've enjoyed some of the just like exploration games where they're just relaxing and different things like that.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here. What else do I have here? I think I'm close to being done.
That game comes like with like a art book or something. I remember when I bought it, it's like heavy. It's got to have something in there cool.
It does. It comes with a booklet. Yeah.
Okay. I just remember you could, when you pick up a game, you could feel like the weight.
You feel something in there.
Something cool is in there, yeah.
All right. Where are we at now? Oh, I don't have footage for this one, but it's Air Twister for PS4.
No, it's
I
not
went-
a strictly limited version.
Only 300 copies made.
Mhm.
Oh, 500. I got 335. They were selling this on Amazon for Switch and PS5. I was like, why did it skip the PS4? This game is not a PS5 game. But that's kind of showing you what we talked about earlier, how they're skipping over PS4, even though the game should be on the PS4 instead of the PS5. But this game reminds me of Space Harrier and a little bit of what's that game called? Panzer Dragoon.
Yep.
Just like that. So more of Panzer Dragoon, I would say. But definitely a cool game. A lot of people should check out.
No, I definitely think you're spot on there. Like the trend of not releasing games on PS4 is becoming more and more prevalent. Where games are just getting Switch and PS5 versions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard that they planned on like once the Slim came out, that would be the end of the PS4. Like they weren't going to start like once the Slim came out, and that just happened. So I'm assuming
Really?
you're going to see. That's what I heard. They're going to phase it all out.
Did
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2 get a PS4 version?
I got 240, dude.
It did not. They skipped over it.
Well, that's a AAA title, and that's usually the AAA titles sort of reflect on what Sony are going to do for the future.
Mm-hmm. 3 more items left here. Next game is Thunder Force
Thanks, Star. Have a good one.
for the Saturn. This is probably what it would look like if Working Designs had made it. But this out of the Thunder Force games that came out for the versions came out for the Saturn and the PS1. The Saturn one is considered the better version of it, and I'll show you guys a little bit of gameplay here. Thunder Force series is really a lot of fun, and my favorite back in the day was Thunder Force 4, which is called Lightning Force on the Genesis. But man, Thunder Force 5 really steps it up, man, and it's a lot of good shooting action. You know, it takes a bit of getting used to where you switch the weapons and everything and how you target stuff. But overall, when you get used to it, man, the game is so much fun, and the music in it is perfect, dude. Like it just compels you to keep going. So very happy to have this. I wonder what people think in the chat. We've got 105 people in here. Which version do you like better, the game, the Saturn or the PS1 version? Let us know in the comments.
Dude, that's a tough one. I'm like super biased towards PS1, so like obviously I would probably get that, but the Saturn is better a lot of the time for sure. Yeah, especially the audio and stuff too. Like I don't know what it is, dude. The sound is so good, dude.
When we talk about the games, what he wants me to talk about the game, say the name again at the end. I'll try to, man. I only have like 2 more left. I mean, yeah, sorry about that, Sticks. Next game here. Let's see here. I got all this stuff mixed up, but I think I got everything in a row now.
I'm gonna have to get the PS1 version too because I'm a PlayStation fanboy.
Just to have both versions to compare, kind of.
Yeah, you know what's honestly too, like, why is the Saturn such a bitch to emulate, dude? God, I don't know what it is. I have such trouble with that damn thing. Half the time I get it to work, half the time it doesn't work, half the time the controls don't work. I'm like, what the friggin' hell, man? So that's why I like the PlayStation version, because it works on my shit.
Hopefully, Sticks, you can see this one. This is Neo Geo Pocket Color Selection 1.
Oh man, that's
for the Switch. This is from Pix and Love. And I think this is the better collector's edition because the one from Limited Run is kind of awkward the way it fits on the shelf, but this one is actually perfect with everything that comes with it.
Pix and Love.
If you like, yeah, they're really unique when they come out with the stuff they come out with. And yeah, man, I'm happy with this. I'm waiting for Volume 2 to finally release. They made just enough to make a 3rd volume, dude. But they squeezed enough games. Yeah, man. I was like hoping they would get the rest of the games in the 2nd volume. I was like, you motherfucker, you freaking save one for the 3rd one, but it's all good.
Of course they did.
Yeah,
dude, that's still nothing like the Atari Recharged garbage that the Limited Run do. 2 games per disc. 2 Atari games per disc.
That's such a joke.
They got clout for that one. Huh?
I would take up 0.0001% of the disc space. Like,
I refused. I was so angry when I did that. I'm like, you couldn't put 4 Atari games on 1 disc. Go to hell. I was so pissed, dude.
Yeah, they'll never do that again. They got clout pretty hard.
They got an Atari collection on the PS2 of like 50 games on it.
Well, they're recharged, so they're like newer versions of the Atari games. But they're Atari games. They're like $3 freaking digital games. They're not, this is not a $30 game, guy. I don't know. Whatever. It irritated me because I actually do want them, But I just refuse. I refuse. I'm just waiting for Japan to go, oh, we just put them all in a cart for $30.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm waiting for.
That's what we got to do. We'll be a step ahead because no one looks over in Japan. They just wait for the American releases. And the last item is a bit different. It's a cartoon I watched back when I was a kid. It finally got a Blu-ray release. This is Nadia and the Secret of the Blue Water for the Blu-ray. And I picked this up because I had the DVD version, but I wanted to upgrade, especially with what's going on with DVDs and Blu-rays now. We talked about earlier how Best Buy is stopping like selling them and everything like that. So you have to like certain retailers to sell like Amazon. So anyways, wanted to get this, because it's a better version of from the DVD one, and it's a really great anime. Have you ever seen the anime called Evangelion?
Yeah.
This is the one that came out before Evangelion by the Guy Next Studio. So definitely a good series. Yeah, a lot of people should check it out, man. It's really well done, especially the English. Even the English dub is really good. So that usually doesn't happen too often. But
that's
English
physical media too. That anime, definitely collect that if you're into like, that stuff's already kind of niche, and it's like once that's gone, it's gone. You are not going to see that again. Maybe Japan,
in particular.
Japan's kind of cool.
Japanese.
It won't have English. Yeah, exactly.
It's
just. This is what I mean by like
in the past that Blu-rays in Japan, if they're exclusive, they're like $90 each. They're so expensive.
Well, that's what I mean by like if you're into like major stuff, you might not have much of an issue. But if you're into like old obscure anime or old TV shows from the 90s or if you want something like that, like you better get it now because it's the last hurrah. Otherwise, you can always get it digitally, but that
hope for a remake or hope for it to.
Just pirate it
at some point.
Yeah. Get on the old BitTorrent.
Well, I feel like piracy is becoming more prevalent again. Like piracy was big in the early 2000s, and now that suddenly there's paywalls behind all these TV shows and sites and games and you name it, that piracy is becoming more prevalent again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so everybody was pirating everything because they didn't want to buy it all, and then streaming came out, and they went, "All right, well, that's easy. That's pretty cheap. I'll just do that." And then now streaming sucks and everything's split up over 50 different networks and it's like not even worth it. And like there are so many times where like I just want to watch one show. I don't want to pay for your subscription.
Yeah,
I want watch one show and I'm just gonna pirate it because I can it's just easier. Sorry, and more convenient. Yeah, and I can get like a higher quality rip if I want, and I don't know. Just rather do that.
Well, I had the same thing last night with I wanted to play Power Wash Simulator, and I had to get I got it for $1, but I had to get Game Pass again just to play the one game. Where if I didn't get it for $1, I'm paying $19. But thankfully that didn't happen. But, down the line, I'm sure that just getting it for $1 isn't going to be a thing anymore.
Dude, I like how you're careful with your money, man. You're like, man, $19, I'll just pay $1. Oh, that's good, man. You're making sure you save everywhere you can.
But in my head, I'm not going to pay $19 for it because I can get a physical copy for $30 or $40. But it makes sense paying $1 for it when the physical is $30 or $40 if I just want to play it,
Agreed. So now, I mean, I don't how much time we're a little over 2 hours. Jeez.
Yeah, we're even on that 3 hour mark. We can we might have to get you back on the show and talk about all the games we've played this year at some point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about next. Like, we'll say that for next time, I guess. Then, yeah, man, cool.
I've got a big list here. It's definitely an hour-long conversation.
Hour-long, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, man.
Thanks so much for coming along. Thanks everyone for watching. This has been a blast as always. Yeah, Reggie, thanks for showing all the videos too. That's awesome when you do that.
Yeah. Sorry, some of them messed up, but yeah, no problem, man.
It's all good. Thanks for beating me in the quizzes.
I had to get you back, man. You got me good last time.
Quiz was hard, bro.
We will leave everyone there. Wherever you're watching around the world, have a great night. We'll see you guys in the next podcast, which will be Thursday, Friday. We won't be skipping one this week. I had a charity stream for GeoGuessr. So far, they've raised well over $1,000 for charity. So it's really successful. Thanks to everyone who did pop in on Friday. It was really cool. See you guys in the next show. Peace, everyone.
Night, everybody.
You found the